for
Okay.
disappointing
No.
puppies because, and hear me out,
Oh.
Welsh Corgis are already so cute. You're like, I can't wait to see what their puppy version is. That's gonna be cute as hell. I think Welsh Corgi puppies are as cute as grown Welsh Corgis, but just in a different way. But
I'm gonna say it right now.
Fucking hot
Corgis,
take.
terrible dogs.
whoa.
Hot
They're
take.
just like
Whoa.
they're
With a
just
hot
like
take.
tiny little like wiener huskies. I don't want a wiener husky.
Wait, what?
Described
Why
a great
wouldn't you want a
dog.
wiener husky? That just like you made them sound better.
He described a series
I
of
want-
good attributes and then said, I don't want that, obviously.
If I
Sorry.
want
You know what
a
I don't
little
want in a
dog,
relationship? Someone who's dependent, adorable.
if I want a little
All
dog,
those good
I want
things.
a little idiot like a Chihuahua or
I
a
stand by it.
Pomeranian.
I
want
stand
like
by
a
what.
little.
And you're
Chihuahua?
saying
Sorry.
weenie huskies wouldn't be
I
little
just
idiots?
No,
Just
they're
about screamed.
garbage.
You said Chihuahua, and I just about screamed.
I love
you know what you should
Chihuahuas.
get? You should get a miniature Schnauzer because that's one of my favorite dogs.
The more
I
their
stand-
tongue sticks out and their eyes bug out, the better.
You want to
That's
see
right.
me
I want a
hug?
dog that's like.
Don't want a dog.
I stand
You
by the
want
words
like a
of
super
Yeah.
power bred pug.
I stand by the words of Ron Swanson.
Pugs are awful. I hate pugs.
Hugs are
I stand by
great.
the words of Ron
You want-
Swanson
oh,
that
you
any
want
dog shorter than your
puggle.
knee is a cat, and cats are useless.
That's. I mean, cats aren't useless, but
What if you get a big
hold
cat
on.
though?
I'm gonna
Hot
hold on.
takes.
I want a dog.
If I had a cat that's taller than my knee, that's
Say it to his
badass.
face, Adam. Say it to his
Say it
face.
to his
As a
face.
pointless animal,
Say
as a
it to
pointless
his
pet.
Oh,
You're a pointless
Mish,
pet.
He's
He's
gonna
Oh,
eat
look
you.
at him sniff.
We love
I want
Mish.
I want a dog that's afraid of my cats for good reason. Because he's a
Minx
little
will
idiot.
beat the crap out of any
Okay.
dog. She beats the crap out of Rogue just because.
It's true.
Maybe Rogue and this little idiot dog would band together.
Honestly,
I
they
hope.
probably
I
would.
hope.
Rogue is so big, but she's such a like soft.
Rogue is such a fat cat.
Just like,
She's perfect.
please
She's the
look at this
perfect
big
size.
bone, Adam. Look at this chonk baby. Look at
Fat.
her.
She's
Rogue
perfect in
looks
every
so
way.
unexcited to be
I
there.
love her so much.
Jen,
We all love her.
Jen, having had Rogue just like
I know
fly
she's not
into
big
my
boned.
lap.
I'm just coming
she,
to her
well,
defense.
she is also big bone because she's dense.
She
She
is.
lands in your lap and
But
your hip breaks.
Ugh.
It's because
God,
she
it's
puts
great.
all of her weight into one paw
One
at
paw.
a time. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's just like it's
with
all this
with her
mass.
claws out, which is super fun.
That's only
And she's
You're like, oh cool, it's
she
so
can't
into my
cat.
skin.
Like she doesn't cat properly. Like she is not graceful. She
She gets
falls
her claws
all
stuck
the
in
time.
everything,
She gets her claws in everything. It's
That's
like
perfect.
including
wouldn't
my leg
survive.
meat.
you wouldn't survive outside.
Okay, so
Would it?
maybe Rogie is domesticated. We're talking about domesticated cats and how they're not really because they can live outside. But if
Mish
your
would
cat
not.
is bad at being a cat,
She's
guess what?
so
They're
bad at it.
domesticated.
No, because I know if I died, she'd eat my eyeballs in a heartbeat. She'd get hungry, she would eat
Yeah.
me, no problem.
Minx
Mish
would
would
be
also
on
eat me
that.
100%.
Mish will try and eat you while you're alive.
He does.
Yeah, quite frequently.
Frequently bites you.
Minx would for
Hey.
sure eat me 100%.
You know what? I would like
Big-
to come to Mish's defense for 1 second because he's a little rescue baby who was like found on the side of the road of Squamish when he was very, very small. So the outdoors scares him, and sometimes he loves you so much that he just bites you.
I love
And
it so
sometimes
sometimes he
Our
loves you so
toddler
much
does the
that he
same thing.
descends
I
from the
know.
ceiling at 5
Yeah.
in the morning and then bites you. It's so fun.
If
You
I'm
know
getting
what?
a pet cat, it's one of those African jumping cats that are like this big but can jump like 8 feet in the air and are one of the most successful predators in the entire natural world. Or I'm getting
Yes.
like a lynx. I want something that could like actually bite my face
I want-
off.
Can't
no.
have
Wait,
that.
I can't
I
wait
want-
for the news
I-
story
I-
to come
I-
out in
I
like
wanna
15
be-
years where
Adam is
Adam's
Tiger
eaten
King.
by his
I'm-
cat.
Adam is Tiger King.
I'm pro dog.
I don't
for
I don't
sure.
want to ever feel safe near my
You guys,
pets.
And-
you know what? You
And
know what?
nothing you've described of any of your cats sounds great. That
Okay.
sounds just like a bad time. I
Okay,
don't
so-
want my eyeballs eaten.
Guys-
I don't want an animal that loves me so much that it bites me sometimes.
Dogs do
I
that
don't
all the
want
time.
whatever
Dogs do that all the time.
Australian
No, but
horror
dogs-
Adam wants.
When dogs bite you, it's like where you like you like rah in their face and they like bite you, but they never like they never lean into the bite. It's like
That's
it's
not
like they,
true.
they
That
press
is
the skin.
incorrect.
If
I
you're
have
being
been
bitten, if you're being bitten by a dog, it's because the dog doesn't like you. If the dog likes you and bites you, it's friendly. It's like very light. But if you're
I don't
getting
know about
properly
that.
bitten by a dog,
It
dogs
sounds
hate
you're
you.
one step away
It's
from
your
going,
problem.
it's your fault.
Yeah, it is. It's your fault. If you get bitten by dogs and it hurts, that's on you, my dude.
I would like you to meet Oh god, I don't want to roast my friend's dog on the internet. Oh well.
Do it.
I would like you to actually. You know what? It's her dad's dog. Fuck it. I would like you to meet the untrained husky that can't walk off leash that will bite you, even though he loves me to bits. Just like will bite.
Can't help it.
I mean,
Sounds like that sounds
Tim
like
and
a
I's
wolf,
toddler.
and a wolf is a good pet.
my toddler loves me a lot, and she bites me sometimes. She bit me the other day. She was just like, "Ah," and then she just bit my shoulder.
Yeah, she gets
And
excited.
Sometimes you just gotta show affection by drawing a little bit of blood. You know?
Look, I like dogs. I don't get me
used
wrong.
to-
I like
yeah.
dogs. The coolest dog I ever met was a dog named Wiley, and he was half blue heeler and half coyote.
Oh, Wiley was
He
so
was-
cool.
So smart. He was a working dog. He worked with horses, and he was very, very well trained.
The
Very cool
coolest dog that me and Jen ever met for sure was a one-eyed Pomeranian named Bobby Flay.
Bobby Flay.
Shout out one time to Bobby Flay. If you're
Oh,
out there.
such
dog.
a good
He got in a
good
fight
dog.
with a coyote. That's
That
how he
dog sounds
lost
like
the
a little
eye.
idiot.
I'd say
How did
my,
how did a Pomeranian survive a fight with a coyote? He must
Sheer
be brilliant.
tenacity.
my
High
brother-
constitution.
He was
A natural
Brother.
20 on a constitution saving throw.
My brother has arguably the stupidest dog in the world because I think it's a golden retriever or it's a border collie. It's a border collie.
Those are supposed to be
And-
smart dogs.
They're supposed to be very smart dogs. And this moron, you'll watch him in the background and he tries to bite the shadow of birds. And then he realizes that there is a bird and he fucking loses it. He'll be like attacking the bird shadow. And then he's like, oh, fuck, there's a real thing. And he'll like hurt himself doing backflips, trying to catch the bird, which is like 30 feet in the air. And he's like, no, I got this. I can jump.
That's
He
just a
is
big idiot.
Such an idiot. And then he like runs around in the field trying to eat butterflies, but cannot catch them.
Sounds cute though.
Can I
It's pretty adorable, but he's a fucking idiot.
give one more hot take before we go into D&D?
Yeah.
Oh, hit us
100%.
up with a
Hot take. I'm gonna drop it, and then it's
And
gonna
then
be like,
I think
whoa,
we're
this
gonna
is
roll
such a
the
hot
intro.
take.
Yeah, I think no one
Yeah.
gets to respond. We just
Yeah,
get to
no one
have
gets
it.
to
Yeah.
respond.
No response.
Okay.
Straight. Yeah.
The thing that frustrates me the most is the cat people versus dog people. I can be both. I do love cats and I do love dogs. I am a both, but I'm also, you know what? There's no line there. You can be both. You can like cats and you can like dogs.
What a tepid take.
Sean,
Roasted.
Ruthless. Ba-da-da-doom, ba-da-da-doom, yeah, yeah, yeah. When you're stuck in quarantine and there's nothing on TV, come on down, come and see Blackwater D&D.
We'll have
I'm
to
never
hear.
over how different we looked just 4 months ago.
Right? It's so
Yeah.
much less hair.
Or more.
Or more.
I have the
Alright.
same amount of top head hair that I did. Well, I probably have more now,
As
but
do
I'm
I.
just doing stuff to it now.
Adam and
Alright.
I are going for the same loose sides, long top scenario.
it's a good look.
So, for those of
Like a
you
shade.
just joining us tonight, last week Blackwater began the process of laying the foundations of the new city of Dresda, helping with the construction and planning. Letters ferried the Minotaur from the Scar, while Kokani and Nepi began work on new temples. Finnan began to assemble the city guard, while Yana and Callie both made trips home. Callie enjoyed a short and much-needed vacation with Kamea, while Yana reconnected with her family in Barmwich, a visit that Letters and Clack dropped in on. Amidst the personal moments between the members of Blackwater, a sense of life was being restored to the city of Dresda as its new citizens settled in for the journey ahead. Before heading back to Wulfrene for the day of challenging, a detour was made to Svel Inn to tie up a few loose ends. And that's where we will pick up. As you have spent the day in Svel Inn, some of you have gone to the tailor to get some new pants made. and spent the day there. You are now kind of coming to a bit later in the day, close to when you wanted to speak with King Evard. The meeting has been arranged by Kern. The rest of you, is anyone joining the Panther? Are you all going, or?
I'll go. Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all head through.
Where am I currently? Am I still?
You're
in
with them. You
Dresden?
came with them.
Oh,
You
okay.
yeah, you finished up in Dresden. You came with them.
Okay.
And you all kind of spend the rest of the day kind of looking around. You do notice that as you kind of move through Svel and during the day, because you got there relatively early in the morning, but as the day kind of wears on, you do get a few sidelong looks from people. The reception seems to be a little bit colder than the last time you were here. But you are welcomed into the castle and taken up to Evard's kind of meeting room. And you can see him sitting there at the end of the table, and Kern is there as he kind of gestures you in. Blackwater, good to see you.
Thank you for receiving us, King Evard. It is very nice to see you again.
Of course. So, what is this meeting about? Kern said you wanted to speak with me.
Yes, I just have potentially a request, and I thought you would be the person to bring it to.
Very well.
For a very long time, the only acting temple of my goddess, Nepthyseket, has been in the deserts of Cotona, in the middle of the burning sprawl, Temple Philenis. And we have recently refurbished and revitalized the temple in Wulfrene, and are beginning the process of starting a new temple in what used to be the port city of Bakol, now named Dresda. And I feel it would be amiss for me to not inquire if that would be something that you would be interested, or perhaps there would be space for here in Svelen. With the nature of our work, it is to have those who can provide comfort in the last moments of individuals' lives. It would be our greatest honor to take our place here amongst your people.
Well, we've never had a temple to Nepthysket. And before that, if my history is correct, we never had a temple to the Raven Queen either.
No, to my knowledge, that there has not been one here, ever.
I don't know how it would be received by the general populace, but if you wish to send some missionaries, they can attempt to start a temple. I can give them access to some real estate. They will have to pay for it either through rental or if they wish to buy it outright, and see if they can get it off the ground if the population is interested.
Forgive me, King Evard, potentially for being presumptuous, and you are welcome also not to say. Before I traveled to Ulfar, I did not know anything about Svelen. I come from Cotona, so my knowledge of this continent is only limited to what I've traveled through and what I've read in books. Is there... Are those here against Nepthyseket or the Raven Queen and the previous work done by those people?
I don't believe so, but it's more of a lack of knowledge more than anything else. People are comfortable with the gods that are present here, Moradin being chief among that.
Yes.
And there is some worship to Melora as well, but I don't know that anyone has any interest beyond that. It has never come up before.
Right. Well, I will, if there is space for us, then perhaps what I can do is at some point some of my priestesses may come over and we may discuss further before setting down roots, perhaps. I would not wish to take a piece of real estate away from those who may better serve it.
Of course.
All right. Well, that is most gracious of you, regardless. This may be something that happens future down the line, but I thought since we were here to see Kern,
Of course.
that I would ask.
You may have more luck. We are beginning the process of rebuilding Sil Inn.
Ah,
So perhaps if your priestesses have any luck, there may be room to build a temple there.
that is very good to know. I will pass that information on to the Mother Superior, and perhaps she may make some decisions from there. She is the one who arbiters where our priestesses go.
Very well.
Aren't you the Mother Superior? Oh, okay. Good.
Thank you. That was literally all I had to ask. So I apologize for taking too much of your time if I have.
That's all right. It's good to see you all again.
Yourself as well. Well, unless anyone has anything else. All right. Then we will leave you to your evening, Your Highness.
Very well.
Thank you.
Once we're out of the king's room, hey Neppy, if you're putting up a temple, I could probably I couldn't put any flourishes on it or anything, but you just need a building. I could get one going in like an hour or two.
Oh,
Yeah, I think I can do that. It's pretty cool.
that's wonderful.
It's like how I did the stairs down. I was talking to Kokanee, and
yes.
he's tutoring me about the finer points of architecture. It's pretty boring, but it's for a good cause. So
Well, perhaps I will heed King Evard's advice, and once Sil Inn has a bit more legs to it, the city, this was before you traveled with us, the city was washed out by a tsunami created by one of Zacchus's accomplices.
So a tall building, maybe on stilts or something.
Yes, but perhaps that can be something we can take a trip down the line once that city's got a bit more legs to it.
Yeah, I mean, you give me a day's notice. It's pretty wild what we can do these days.
Yes.
Anyway, speaking of wild shit, you guys want to go back to Wulfrene?
I gotta
don't-
wait for my pants.
Oh,
Gotta
fuck,
wait
that's
for
right.
your
You guys
tailor.
can go. I'll meet you later.
No, we should go together. Come on.
Okay.
Are
You
they-
got pants. You're getting a purple and blue suit. I remember that.
Is it tomorrow morning that we have to go back to
He
the
said in the
table?
morning, yeah.
So we have an evening here.
Does anybody here cook?
I can cook.
You guys want to do like a Blackwater cook-up? Like, just have like a nice dinner. I'm pretty sure they got a market here. Like, we
I love
can
a market.
get, like some veggies, some oats, some like, other stuff that people like to eat. Like whatever you guys want. Like,
I would
Clack, do
be.
you cook?
I mean, Clack's pretty good with the
Oh,
mortar
sorry.
and pestle.
Sorry. I found this amazing rock and I was just captivated by it. I'm so sorry. I didn't hear you.
Do you cook?
Yeah, I've been doing a bit of scar fusion, been doing a bit of test stuff, but I wouldn't say that cooking is my like forte.
Mm-hmm.
I have cooked before, but it's been a while. I mean, do y'all want me to cook for you?
Yes.
Feels like a lot of. I mean, I don't have
Why don't we all cook?
my usual spices.
I
there-
love the idea. Okay, all of us, we get 20 minutes in the market. We grab whatever we need. We come back. Everybody cooks one dish, and we do a potluck.
I love that.
idea.
That sounds wonderful.
Blackwater's Master Chef.
Yes.
I'll
Kokanee,
pick
are you
Kokanee's
down?
ingredients. Kokanee picks
No.
Callie's ingredients.
Yeah, obviously. As long as I get I would think I was promised a sassy genasi at some point letters that I never received.
I feel like we actually did drink that while like connecting as people. And there's a clip on our Instagram about it and everything. You
Did we really drink
received.
it? I thought you were. I saw you were
He
making
made
it.
it. He made it for you.
I made it,
What's
I
an
served it.
Instagram?
You did serve it. Okay.
Shut up.
It
It's
was
when you
just
break the
that
fourth
good.
wall.
Okay. Then yeah, absolutely. I'm in.
Okay. So would you say I'm very familiar with the town market, having walked through it a couple times?
Not really. No, not at all.
Then I won't teleport
You
us
know where it
to
is.
all
You
have
know,
to
it's like
roll.
it's also like you're nearing the end of the day, so like things are starting to like get
All
to
right.
closing time.
What
we
if
gotta
you can
run?
grab before closing? I'm gonna hustle on over.
We
'cause
all
I'm-
have to roll
Yeah, we all
investigation
hustle to the
check.
markets.
So
Yeah.
you hustle to the market near the center of town in Princetown, and you manage to scoop up what's left. It's like somewhat the dregs at this point.
Oh,
It's a lot of the like
bummer.
sort of passed over fruit and vegetables. There is some fish, but it's been out most of the day.
No,
Um,
no fish.
the meat's basically all gone. You can get some like offal and stuff like that that's still left over, but it is slim pickings.
We're eating vegetarian.
Wait, what's in the mansion? Like, what
Yeah.
can new Ted get us?
Like, I think anything. And his name's definitely not New Ted.
Well, all I
But
need
is it like a
place-
fully stocked larder? Like, do we even need to buy this stuff?
Yeah, I think so.
I bought all this organ meat.
You
I don't
can-
have
you
that
can-
spell prepped though. So
Oh,
Yes.
all right.
I guess we're cooking organ meat.
So we're doing it.
Also, where are we cooking this? That's
We're
the question.
roughing it in a. Oh, guys, can we get to go to a backpackers hostel with one of those shared kitchens and just
Oh
take
my
over it?
I think that's
Oh,
what
look,
we have to
there's
do.
one right there.
You are near the pickled cod, which is near the harbor, because that's where the market is. It's relatively close to the harbor.
Is it?
Um,
And this is now important to me. A backpackers hostel.
It's not a backpacker,
Tim, be cool.
but it
Tim.
is it's heavily used by like travelers. It's definitely kind of like it's so close to the harbor that's like the closest kind of like inn and tavern near to the harbor. That is like there is another one, but it's a little more classy.
That's the Golden
No, we
Banker,
don't
right?
want that. We don't want
That's
that.
yeah.
not what we want.
We don't
Um,
want classy here.
So the pickled cod.
The
You know,
pickled
there's
cod.
like there's only one that's like rougher than the pickled cod, but it's in another neighborhood. The Idle Pinwheel in Scrun Row.
We've been there before.
And that is
We
definitely
love
got like
Scunrow.
that's definitely got like a
Oh
dive bar
no,
hostel
what a
vibe.
throwback.
Let's go
Um,
there. Let's go
Are we
there.
going? Are we going to Scrun Row?
Let's go there.
For the cleanliness of the cooking facilities, I would probably say that the pickled cod is going to be well, it's not the best bet. The Golden Banker will be better and more equipped, but for cleanliness, cooking-wise, rather than having to clean the whole kitchen first before we start cooking.
Pickled
What if we
cod.
what if we vote on it?
We could also go to Kern's house and make him dinner.
We're
I
just
don't
going to
wanna
show
go back
up.
to Kern's
because-
house.
We've already been there.
Or to Adonis's. We should give him dinner.
Honestly, Adonis would probably appreciate dinner. Should I ask him if he would like dinner?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
I'm going to cast Sending to Adonis.
Okay.
Donna shuts us down. I'm waiting for it.
Adonis has other
Go.
plans for sure.
Tim,
100%.
I'd like to as quickly as I can within the market find a specialty, like one of those like niche food places that have like all the weird stuff. And I'm
Okay.
gonna send you a couple of things that I would like to procure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Sending to Adonis. Hello. We find ourselves with some time to spare, and it was so lovely seeing you earlier. We would like to cook you dinner, if you like.
Oh, hey, Neppy. Sure. I'm just in the middle of moving, but would love some chow. Come on over.
Right. So we Adonis is in dinner. If
Great, let's do it. Can I pick any and all the dandelions I see on the way there?
Yeah, roll a D100.
Love that. D100, fun. That's
So-
55.
You get
So we're-
55 dandelions.
Woo!
Oh, I just
Yeah.
I just want to be clear. We're arriving at his house with we're gonna make him dinner, and
Yeah.
we are bringing liver meats, 55 dandelions,
Yeah.
and whatever's in that weird blue bag that Finnan just grabbed from that weird looking.
I
shop.
mean,
not letting-
we
I'm
all
not
ran
letting
around the market.
Vegetables.
I'm not
got
letting anyone
vegetables.
see.
You just hear as Finnan is walking away. Enjoy.
I'm pretty
For sure,
'cause
purchase some things.
Kelly definitely got some like veg and like.
Okay,
She
yeah.
definitely.
Letters
You got
knows
some
what he's
turnips. You got
making.
some root vegetables.
Tim, I'm gonna message you what Neppy's making.
Okay, cool. Actually, no, you would have
What?
gotten some summer veg. So you would have gotten like some tomatoes and other summer vegetables.
Other standard vegetables found within the summer.
Other standard vegetables band name.
Tim, what
yeah.
skill do you think cooking is? Like dexterity?
I think
It's
we've
gonna be
said
different for each of you.
survival.
It's gonna be different
It's a
for each of you.
tool
Absolutely.
proficiency
Okay,
that none
'cause
of us have.
It's not me who's making the cooking check.
Oh, no.
Neppy's cooked before. Neppy and Callie
Callie's cooked
have
for
cooked
you
before
guys.
for Blackwater. This is in canon. There was a party and we cooked for everyone. That was in canon.
We did.
As we're walking to wherever we're going, because Finna doesn't know, he's gonna be like, "Don't worry, guys, I've got the cocktails. It's gonna be great." I was inspired the other day when I heard about the Sassy Genasi, and I want to make something, in a similar vein, but my own spin,
Yeah, I can't wait.
Wonderful. Yeah. Okay, so we go to Adonis's with all
Okay.
of the food that we
So you
Also-
arrive at Adonis's, and you walk in, and uncharacteristically, it is empty. There's no clothing, there's no chests, there's no racks or anything. It is just like bare. It's like the Grinch. There's just like a couple of like loose hangers on the ground.
Love that.
And you see, to most of you, an unfamiliar man sitting at the counter, kind of wiping it down. Letters, you know this to be Kale Salad.
Sup, Kale? Oh, there he is!
Welcome back. How are you doing?
Good. Starving. We're gonna do up a big old family din.
And you see Adonis walks up in his like beautiful purple robe. Welcome. I'm so sorry. It's so empty in here. I didn't expect you to come. I thought only Letters was going to visit. I was a little hurt, frankly. But here, I have a little kitchenette in the back. Come.
Hi, I don't think I've met either of you before.
Oh, right.
My name's
course.
Finnis. It's a pleasure to meet you both.
Finnis. Okay,
Finnan.
yeah, of course. Finnis or Finnan?
Finnan,
Okay.
with an N at the end.
Finn.
Can I call you Finn?
Sure.
I'm kidding. I can tell
No.
that made you uncomfortable. I'm just trying to make a joke. It's
It's-
okay.
No one's
Sure,
ever
I'll call
called
you
me that
whatever you
before,
like.
but is there a place I could like whip up some cocktails?
Yeah, just come on into the kitchenette in the back.
Brilliant. I'll start whipping those up.
Okay.
It's very nice to meet you. Is it Kale?
Yes, you must be Nepentha.
Yes, that is me.
Yeah.
That's
Addie's told me all about you guys. He says you've helped him out of a couple situations and you welcomed shoppers, and he speaks very fondly of you.
Eddie.
He's too kind. He's such a sweetheart.
Callie's gonna lean over to whoever is closest to her and be like, "I ship it."
What?
Well, yeah, is there somewhere that we can start to cook? I have some things here that probably should get on the stove.
Sure. I've got the kitchenette, like I've said, like 3 times. But
Neppy just like bustles
if that's
away
not
through with
enough, I
food.
guess you can, if you want to build a little fire, if you have like a something.
Oh, I can do that. Yeah.
I mean, maybe you should make a pit or something. I mean, I want my security deposit back when I leave this place.
No, I mean, we've got to. Do we need like a spit roast thing going on?
I don't think we have any meat.
We have liver.
Oh, we have organ meat.
Yeah, we have Clack's liver.
Hey, Kale, Adonis, do you have just like a whole animal lying around that you're like, oh, we don't need this?
No.
That's too bad.
No, I don't.
All right, to the kitchenette.
You all cram into this kitchenette.
It's
like a work.
Finnan is trying really hard to keep everything a secret whilst everyone's crammed in with him.
It's like a work kitchen. It's like the equivalent of a hot plate. There's like a tiny wooden stove.
Love it. Love it.
With like a little pipe that heads out. It's like normally just used for tea and things like that. You see there's like a couple of very small pots.
I love it.
Like a small pan.
I'll do mostly chopping.
Feel free to use whatever you like. I don't have any knives.
I mean,
Ellie brings out her.
Yeah, I've got a couple. I pull out my daggers. Yeah.
I grab one of those giant knives that Kokanee got us. Totally worth the risk.
Adonis leans over to Kale. I told you there was something else. I can't get enough of them.
They came to cook us dinner, but they brought no meat and nothing to cook dinner with in a shop. I mean,
it's unbelievable.
Yeah, and it's gonna land to the person nearest to her.
It's Callie still.
Yeah. Seems weird that a guy that's named Kale Salad is complaining we didn't bring any meat, but that's fine, I guess.
So,
I've got my cocktail shaker.
Okay, so as you all begin to prepare your food, I'm gonna have you make different checks.
Yes.
So,
give me that cooking check.
for you, Nepentha, this will be a survival check.
Okay. I'm gonna cast
letters
guidance on myself.
Yeah.
For your chopping, it's gonna be a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, okay. That I can do. And I am standing next to Callie.
Yeah.
Because
you are making. What are you making again?
It's like a Ratatouille situation.
Shut up! No.
I will have you. And then I'm going to have you make an animal handling check.
Wait.
Hell yeah.
No. Are you making the dish?
Wiggles.
Are you making the dish Ratatouille, or is Wiggles Ratatouille?
Natural
you?
20.
And I would like to. I don't cook at all, so cue me rapidly Googling recipes with summer vegetables that came on a ratatouille and you took it.
Yeah, no, but are you making ratatouille or are you doing a ratatouille?
It's a ratatouille situation.
Okay, I am making ratatouille.
19 for Neppy.
Okay. And letters, what was your saving throw?
23.
Fuck, you guys are good. You clearly spent some time together. Adam, you're making the cocktails. I want you to make a medicine check.
Okay.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, for sure.
With all that wisdom.
Kokanee, what are you making?
I was thinking I would do like dessert, so I won't make it right now.
Okay.
I am doing a salad, just for the record.
Okay.
The most important roll of my life. It was a natural 20. What's the modifier on it?
We only roll well on stupid things.
Yes.
We only
roll
crit
dice
when it
because
doesn't
it's
matter.
stupid and we roll very well.
Who's cooking the meat? I guess Clack will make a roll for the meat.
Oh no.
100% yes.
Oh no.
My natural 20, the final result is a 19.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you make one hell of a cocktail. Calliope, you were cooking like a summer vegetable dish.
Yeah, like a stew or a ratatouille. Lennon doesn't cook. Can you tell Lennon doesn't cook?
A summer stew.
Can I make a stew with summer vegetables? Guys, I don't know what summer vegetables are.
It's okay. I only gave you one, so
Tomatoes.
You actually just have tomatoes.
You're just making marinara.
We don't even have that.
You need a bunch more ingredients for marinara. It's just hot tomatoes.
I think you just need tomatoes. All right, Callie, I will have you make a just a straight wisdom check.
No. Okay.
Wait, is she just
Callie's
making
good at cooking.
Is she just
Kelly
making
is
gazpacho?
Yeah,
She's
that or
making gazpacho, just like cold tomato juice.
Guys,
pretty much.
I hate
Gazpacho is a soup.
Yeah, it's cold tomato juice.
Okay. 24.
24. Pretty good. Okay, Clack is going to make this organ meat.
Oh God.
And he is going to make just a straight intelligence check because he's cooking something that he's never cooked
Do I
before.
see Clack with my passive perception looking confused?
No, you're
at
way
this
too
meat?
busy in your own world. Way too busy.
We're all on our own.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
guys,
Great. That's great.
it doesn't matter. Adam rolled so good on the cocktails. It doesn't matter what it tastes like.
Nothing
It's
else.
all gonna
Everything
be
else can be
great.
bad.
It'll kill
Clack.
all the bacteria.
I
Yeah.
rolled a 4.
Oh no.
A 4
We're
on
all
organ
getting
meat.
all-
And that's how we get a TPK.
You guys are all like,
Badly cooked organ meat.
you guys
We
are
don't know
all
whose organs these
like-
are.
You guys are
How
all
did the D&D campaign that you stream on the internet, how did it end? Oh, a weird rock side character made meat bad,
Potluck.
and it was organs, and we all fucking died of salmonella, baby.
It was a potluck.
We
you
shit
all-
ourselves to death.
you
God.
all
Oh my God.
are in the groove, like you're all working really like well together in this tiny kitchen. You're all kind of giving space to each other and moving around. You notice like Yana's moving with some stiffness, but like an incredible speed and accuracy. It always seems like her eyes are sort of like the last thing to do whatever she needs to do.
Oh my
But
god.
it's uncanny how accurate everything she's doing is. And like it's going very well, and like the smells are starting to kind of permeate the kitchen, and then it just like slowly this like
Oh no.
horrible smell just starts to overcome
Like our
all
dinner,
of the like
our
these like
dinner.
delicious smells. It like really puts a weird sort of like
I'm going
hang
full
in the
Tom
air.
Cruise. I'm going full Tom Cruise in cocktail fashion. I'm like juggling every bottle near me. I'm just like,
You look over and you see Clack is just like hunched over the tiny stove, and he's got like the tongs that he's skewered this like large liver, and he's just kind of like he's got it right in the fire, but it's too big for the small stove, so some of it is kind of hanging out, and you see at one point he sort of like lets it go on the ground and like kind of scoots it around and then stabs the
No.
other side and puts it in, and it's a
Oh,
little
God,
dusty and
Clack.
it's just like very burnt on one side.
Oh.
I think it's gonna be good.
He
So
doesn't
it's-
eat food. He eats rocks.
There was you all played up. Adonis and Kale are out in the front, and you can see Adonis is laid out, kind of like a large blanket that he has, like a picnic blanket style in the middle of the wooden floor. He does not have any plates. He doesn't have any like cookware. But
he must have cocktail glasses. He must have martini glasses.
he does.
Adonis is a man who has martini glasses wherever he goes.
He does have glasses. He does have some beautiful, like tall glasses.
Yeah.
That he's laid out on the counter.
Letters, can you stone shape us some bowls and plates and stuff?
I mean, I feel like we carry those things with us for like our campfires or whatever. But yeah, absolutely. Zabbity zoo.
Yeah, you go outside, you grab some stones.
That's
and work them in.
the verbal component of stone shape.
What level is stone shape that you just use to make cutlery?
That
to make
they're
kitchenware?
bowls. It's crockery.
It's like a bowl plate
He
situation.
made
like
he made spoons and knives.
the two
It's a
only
fourth
cutlery.
level
Only one you
That's
need.
the only
Just
one
need a fork. That's all.
Just
You
need
You
a
just
fork.
need a fork.
Fuck.
You guys.
Fork has a cutting side,
So you lay
and
out
then
this
your
like,
mouth is a natural spoon.
this beautiful spread. And like as it's sort of finishing, there's like a large plate in the middle for the meat, and you see Clack kind of walks out holding this liver, and just plops it down and is like slate gray. Like it's just so gray. And, like,
I've had grey liver before, and it's
he's
great.
like struggling to get the tongs out of it.
Oh.
Like, it just pulls it out.
Ugh.
It is well cooked. It is tough.
Letters.
At least it's not undercooked.
Can
Bon
you maybe
appetit.
sneak a little bit of prestidigitation on that one?
I don't know prestidigitation.
Fuck.
Callie's gonna as it gets put down, she's
Yana
gonna
does, but she didn't hear you.
it's gonna as it gets put down, Callie's gonna be like, oh my god, guys. I think in these past 2 weeks that since we've been like apart, I think I forgot to tell you guys that I made the decision to be vegetarian. So Clack, that looks great, but I actually can't have any because I've been like vegetarian.
I respect that. I really respect that, Callie.
You see Adonis go, that looks fucking gross, man. Get it out of here.
Yeah, I also don't eat meat for a reason I can't remember.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, Clack, leave it. I'll have some.
Hey,
no one should eat that. It looks...
I try to cut off a chunk with one of my daggers.
Make a strength
No.
check.
I like reach over to Finn and I'm gonna cast resistance on him.
15.
Yeah, you get through it. It's just
Clack, it looks good. I'm gonna jump in as well.
I stab it with the tip of my knife and I take a bite.
Okay,
but
so
before I take a bite, I serve everyone their cocktail.
Okay. It is cooked through.
Okay, that's good. Better than
But
undercooked.
it is overcooked through. It is like it's gross. It is tasteless. It is disgusting. As you are just sitting there fucking chewing and chewing. And it's getting dry in your mouth.
Clack, it's great. One tip is maybe more seasoning and cook it less.
No, I like it dry.
Oh, it's more rock-like, I guess.
Perfect for you.
That's pretty good.
That's
cool.
great.
You guys don't want. I will.
No. You jump in. You did a really good job, and we all appreciate what you've done tonight.
I want to serve my salad. Guys, I've been thinking about it this whole time. It's a fucking dandelion. It's a dandelion, berry, and oats salad with a spider milk reduction.
Are we just all gonna go around and say what we made?
Yeah,
It's Scar
absolutely.
Fusion.
That looks freaky and weird, and I'm so here for it.
Yeah, it's fucking tasty.
Adonis is Gordon Ramsay.
Nobody should fucking eat that.
No, it's great. Look, I did really good at the
I was
chopping.
just being honest. It does not look appetizing in any way.
Guys, oats, good. Dandelions, good. Spider milk, good. Making a salad, good.
I
What's the
made
problem?
the Droll Troll cocktail.
Nice.
Which is 1 part cabbage wine, 1 part onion vodka, 1 part durian juice with chili flakes mixed in.
Why do you hate your friends?
We made this nice. We were
I rolled
here to have a
natural
good
20.
time.
I rolled a natural 20, so it's fucking delightful.
You guys, I was gonna say when we started this, I was literally gonna say, "Oh my god, it'd be so fun that after quarantine we should remake this and do this like in real life." I'm not gonna say that.
You've already said it. We have to do it. We have to do it. We have to do it on the internet.
Oh,
See,
God.
Overcooked liver.
Adonis takes a big swig and he goes, "Oh, whoa, oh, that's weird, but it's good. I don't like that. It didn't smell like that. Oh, Finnan, you're a freaky motherfucker."
Adonis, thank you. It's nice to meet you for the first time and serve you this drink.
Yeah, wow.
Neppy brings out this like large dish. It's like a spice. It smells like cinnamon and cloves, and it's like a rice dish with like vegetables on top, and it just smells like very rich with spice. Like there's turmeric and cumin and paprika, and it's just like a very deliciously spiced rice dish. So
Yum.
We make this all the time at Philenis. We don't have much, but this is one of the things we enjoy. So
Does it have a fun name or anything?
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
I mean, I suppose we didn't really have
Fun? Yeah, I'm getting that vibe.
Sure. We had fun, but the fun stuff was more of the reload at the party.
that this would be just
The drugs.
Work hard, play hard. I get it.
Drugs are pretty fun.
Yes.
Temple Philenis is just a bunch
This
of
is-
weekend warriors. You're just getting through it. You're just working for that Rela.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna reach down in my bag, and when we were at Temple Philenis, I would have grabbed a Rela,
Oh,
like a
hell
Rela
yeah.
fruit. So Neppy just starts breaking apart pieces of Rela fruit.
Oh, we
I
getting
I vaguely remember the last time I took this, I ended up dancing shirtless on a table and everyone was like, hell yeah. So I'm down for some of this.
Not quite. The hallucinogenic properties begin when we place it in the white water and let it ferment for a couple of weeks. So this is just the fruit.
You
it
brought
will-
boring version of the fruit?
Apologies, Finnan. I didn't know we were tying one on tonight.
I'm always down to tie one on.
Right, I can tell by this cocktail.
How
I'm
old is he?
17.
He's
Well,
60. It changes all the time. 16, I think.
He's so tall.
So tall.
So tall. I like this guy.
So the Rela would have like probably like not as strong of the properties, but it would still give you a little bit of a buzz.
It's like fun mango.
Fun, mildly hallucinogenic mango. Yeah.
That's
okay,
great.
okay. What's next?
I garnish my cocktail with a slice of the hallucinogenic
Rela?
mango. Yeah.
Is it the ratatouille or the Gaspar?
Ratatouille.
Yana holds out her dish and she's like, here it is, and Wiggles like crawls down her arm.
Oh.
And you see him like moving and he's like clearly explaining what he made, and then he just disappears. Here it is.
Is
I
it just
don't-
bugs that he caught in his web and then like
No.
It looks good, right? Like you rolled high. Like it's,
Yeah, oh, it looks
It
and
smells
smells
great.
delicious.
Oh, yum yum yum.
I mean, this is really good, but I don't like that there's a spider on your body.
He's always been there. You gave him little hats. Actually, I
Alright.
was wondering if you have a tiny chef hat, because he does this all the time, and I feel like he
I
needs.
packed them all up. They're on their way to Wulfrene.
Okay, I'll
I'm
find
gonna
it.
cast seaming on Wiggles.
Oh
so
my
that he's
God.
a little chef hat.
You're giving me
Yes.
shit about
He's-
making bowls.
No,
You're
100%.
off a fucking
Tonight
shit.
is about you is about using our spell slots and frivolous
Insanely
shit.
powerful magic on
And then Tim
frivolous.
wakes us up in the middle of the night with assassins. Woo!
Oh yeah, I
that's my
didn't
dish.
tell any of you. I told Letters I don't know if he passed that along, but I've decided to open up shop in Wulfrene.
Oh,
Oh.
that's wonderful.
Hmm.
When do you plan to get started?
I don't know, tomorrow or the next.
Wonderful. That's great.
Yes.
So
What's
that's-
next? He looks like, no follow-up questions. What's next?
Callie would bring out her dish, and Lennon's not sure what it is, but she'd like bring it out. She'd be like, I'm like used to cooking with like not much, so here you go.
Is it gazpacho?
Put it down.
Because the only ingredient you were given was tomato.
I was given summer vegetables.
There are a multitude of tomatoes. There's also some other summer veg. Peppers?
Summer veg
peppers.
one more time. Say summer veg one more
Summer
time.
veg.
Summer veg.
Hey,
Like
I
some
do a
of
lot of shopping,
some of
but-
them are vegetables, or
Some are bad.
Summer veg.
Summer veg.
Summer
We
veg.
got zucchinis. We got cucumbers.
Okay, fuck you, Sean.
Look, I
I
don't
think
know.
Sean's
Summer
Googled
veg.
it. I think Sean's Googled
No, I
it.
haven't Googled it. I'm just thinking like what looks summery. Fucking zucchinis and cucumbers, which are basically
Kale.
the same thing.
Zooks and cukes.
Kale,
Zooks.
Rocco.
I'm thinking
Brussels
of
sprout.
your mom's garden, Tim. Kohlrabi.
I know that's what and all I could come up with was tomatoes.
Rhubarb.
Just throws a lot of tomatoes.
I
Rhubarb.
panicked, all right? I froze.
Eggplant.
Sweet peas.
Strawberries. the
Regular
strawberries,
peas.
Summer veg.
Amazing.
Yuck peas.
This
Is it
looks
good?
great. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Callie.
It's good. Kale, isn't it good?
oh yes, it's well the vegetables are lovely. The liver was
I
traumatic.
know it was fucking gross.
Did you try some though, Adonis? Did you put some in your mouth?
No, absolutely not.
See, like I always grew up under the tenet of like, don't knock it until you've tried it. It looks unappealing and it doesn't taste appealing, but like, don't be too aggressively against the food before you put it in your mouth, because you never know. Maybe it's like it really gets what you need.
Venom?
Yeah.
Can I give you a piece of advice?
Go for
Shut
it.
the fuck up, man.
Oh wow. You went from okay. That was that was aggressive, Adonis.
I'm kidding. I'm
Oh.
just not gonna eat that gross liver. It smells like shit.
Tonally, that didn't feel like a joke, but I will take it as so. Sure.
Kokanee, what's for dessert? I can't wait to see Kokanee in the kitchen.
Yeah, I didn't
The
go in the kitchen.
kitchenette is yours, dude.
Yeah. You guys continue conversation. I'm gonna go figure out some dessert.
Callie would also, since she'd been home, she definitely has more tequila. Does anyone want tequila shots? Anyone?
Absolutely.
She'd line up
Pour it,
like
some
shots.
spider
yeah.
milk and the tequila.
Adonis, have you ever had spider milk before?
No, that sounds gross.
Technically on the salad. Didn't he have it on the salad?
This is one
Yeah,
of the
it
times.
was good on that. I gave it a try.
How do you milk a spider?
Oh, that's a trade secret. I got to protect the
Like,
corporate
is
interest.
it
We're moving
is
in
it the venom?
There's
The
also
venom?
there's
Why
also
would
a
you
little
drink
bit
venom?
of
That would kill you.
there's
Well,
also
I
a
mean,
little bit
it's
of
alcoholic.
cabbage wine left over if you want to throw that in. I didn't use all the cabbage wine.
No.
All right, Kokanee, I want you to make a
Dessert roll.
It's essentially I want you to make
An intimidation.
This is a dexterity check, just a straight dexterity check.
Yeah, okay. Also, I know my limits. I for sure cast guidance on myself the moment I try to cook. That's pretty good. 16 plus 4 plus 1 will be 21.
Yeah, it turns out it works.
That's crazy.
He's in there making macarons, like.
You can see he's got like a bead of sweat as he comes back, but
What do you got?
So I made I found a dude who had some honey, and I've made these like spun honey candies. With some strawberry in them. Here you go, everybody.
Okay.
Dude, how many members of Blackwater are like high tier chefs just based on the rolls that we just did? Like
Hey.
spun honey candies? Like what the fuck? That's
Heat and 3 ingredients, and then you spin it on a stick. That's like
yeah, but that
Wow.
feels like something you get at like a fancy restaurant. They're like spun honey candies upon a stick.
This is very good. Well done. You all did great, except for the little one.
I think he did fine. You did fine.
It's
Jack.
the
I
heart,
liked the
the top that
ratatouille.
He knows what he did.
He's still eating all of it.
He's like on his third bite, maybe. Trying to put it down.
Been at this for 3 hours and he's still in it.
Adonis, what is prompting the move to Wulfrene? I thought you were quite set up here in Svelin.
Oh, well, a wonderful real estate opportunity came my way. A friend of mine is leaving, kind of on short notice, and he sold me his shop at quite a deal.
Oh, perhaps we've met them.
Do you know Erkin? He's obsessed with platinum.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
platinum
the
boy.
platinum guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy is up to something. I fucking know it.
Oh.
Why is he leaving quickly?
I have no idea. But he said his shop was for sale, so I gave him a few platinum. Boom. I'm going to have to redecorate, though. He made quite a little fortress, the little freak. So,
I love it, Adonis,
I've got a
so
little
much.
bit of redecorating to do, but I should be good to open within a week or so.
And he seemed like he was in a hurry, this fella.
Oh, yeah. He was very excited about something.
Like
Anybody
positive
else thinking
excited
about
or
the
like
money
worried
hole?
excited?
Oh, I think positive. He was ecstatic, really.
This guy's been collecting platinum for some reason. I don't know what, but there has to be a reason behind it. Maybe he's found enough.
But perhaps you're right. Letters. I know Tora had talked a long time about those bags of golding, and I just have a sneaking suspicion that they're linked.
Are we going in the money pit?
Important question. Is it more important that we go to the money pit first, or that we beat the shit out of each other in front of adoring crowds? Because I understand that the day of challenging is like tomorrow or whatever. I don't know.
It's about 2 days away. It's not tomorrow, but the day after.
Oh, we can squeeze in a money pit adventure.
We can go down the money pit.
There are some preparations that I know that the temples are supposed to make ahead of time. I still haven't chosen a champion.
The money hole is like an afternoon adventure easy. We're there, we're back, we're rich. We're going to be back in time for the day of challenging. No problem.
I'm with letters.
I agree.
Sounds like it'll be fine.
You guys have a hole with money in it?
We don't know where it goes, but it'll be fun.
No.
It's a hole where money went into, and we're going to follow it.
A very long story short, we found a bag of golding and put our money in it because it seemed fine. And then it took almost 3,000 gold from us and turned it back into pyrite. It took some priceless artifacts from Temple Nephthisiket and also from Caradoc.
That sucks.
It did. It sucked very much. I was quite upset. The money doesn't matter to me, but the artifacts do.
Money hole, money hole.
Well, we have to go talk to Tora first to see if that's still an option for us to go. She said she could open it, but she didn't know how long it would take or how long she could keep it open. Go ahead.
Oh,
you go ahead.
I thought the last we talked to her, it was like, whenever you're ready, I'm ready kind of deal.
Oh, good.
What she said, it was a one-way trip. She could open it, you could go through, but she couldn't guarantee that she could open it for you guys to come back.
Yeah, that sounds fine. We have magic. I'm excited. I want to go down the money hole. See where it leads.
Right. I also would like to go down. Well, that's tomorrow.
Do you want to wait till after the day of challenging, Neppy?
I think the only reason I'm so excited for the day of challenging is that my order has never fully participated in it. We have always sat on the side and been the priestesses in charge of making sure that everyone is alive at the end of it. And I suppose I like sport and competition, and I am excited to observe. And because I know that there are delegates coming in from the various temples, and well, it is an exciting event. I've never seen one, so I've heard of it, but
think of how much more exciting it will be. You got a bit of cash in your pocket.
Nah.
Discovered what's
right.
the end of the money hole.
Nappy's right. I'm sure nothing bad will happen in the money hole. I'm sure if we leave that's not going to bite us in the ass. I'm sure it's not on any sort of like precipitous major events that a couple days will make a difference.
To be fair, we've left this for a year and a half.
Yeah, we've got no indication that from world events that like things are moving in the money hole. I think we can take a couple days. Let's do it.
The day of challenging is one day, and that is
2 days from now.
Surely the money hole's not going anywhere.
Clearly.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to say money hole.
Kale, do you also want to say money hole? Now's your chance.
No.
Go on, Kale, say it.
You can say it, Kale.
No, it's gone.
It's weird now. It's
Kale, I'll say it. Money hole.
Well, if she's gonna say it,
feels derivative now.
Derivative of what? The money pit?
Just like it's just
Wait,
you
can
know
we hear
it's
Clack
Wait,
say
no, we
money
call
hole
it the
one
platinum pit.
Money hole.
Kale, now
Well-
it's your turn.
Well, if Adonis, if you are, and Kale as well, if you are in Wulfrene by the time the day of challenging is happening, there is always, there will be space near. I mean, I'm sure you will get a prime seat wherever you go. So
Maybe. Can we bet on these?
yes,
100%.
yes,
Perfect.
betting
I
is
love to gamble.
encouraged and very much sanctioned, to my
Great.
knowledge.
Even better.
Okay, who are you gonna? Hands up if you want to participate in this.
Okay, I'm betting on you then.
Hey, all right, Callie, are you not doing this? You're the one I'm worried about. I've been plotting fighting you. I'm not worried about Kokanee. That's fine. You're the one that's gonna give me trouble.
Left is, no, go ahead, Kelly.
I maybe next year.
Okay, fair play.
To generally, how it works is that each temple nominates a champion. So it's not necessarily open entry. It is it is called the Godsbrawl. So it is every temple nominates a champion. So if there is whatever temples in Wulfrene and other temples will send delegations, I can imagine that there will be delegates from all of the major prime material gods who have foothold on Wulfar and perhaps beyond.
Okay.
It was pretty thin pickings last year, so I actually got to enter under Paylor.
How did you fare?
I got my shit kicked inward, but I had a lot of fun. You know, it was a really fun day. I learned a lot, you know, about sportsmanship and graceful losing, but I got stomped into quite badly. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited.
It was a humbling day.
I kind of always thought I would maybe fight for Melora, but you know, after things that have happened.
You're afraid of a rematch. I get it.
Whoa. Even I picked up on that.
You know what?
There's some history.
You're afraid of a one-on-one fight. That's fine. It's fine. It's totally
Letters,
respectable. I would
I
be
almost
too.
killed you.
Yeah, because I was focused on other things.
No.
Look, you weren't my priority, all right?
Ellie, if it assuages your conscience at all, it is very safe. The Softly has been overseeing the services that my priestesses provide. It is all in the names of good fun. Everyone enters into it consensually and knowing what they're getting into. And once you fall unconscious, you are teleported off the field. So there is no risk of death. If you fall unconscious, that's it, and you're off the field and safe.
And it only hurts a little bit when you get teleported.
Well, Letters, I'm gonna teleport you off that field so hard.
Oh, I'm
Well, we'll
betting
see.
on her.
Yeah,
I
honestly,
rescind
that's a
my
smart
bet
plan.
on you, and I'm putting it on her.
I mean, we'll see if I can even get into it. I'm pretty secular, so I don't know. Anyways, we'll deal with that we'll figure it out when we get there.
We have to wait
Neppy,
until
you're not going to fight in it?
Who?
Neppy. You're not going to participate?
Hey, you're a god's woman.
You seem very excited.
I am, but I am no champion.
Not yet. You have to win.
Yeah, I mean,
That is it is not my place. And to be quite honest, it would be, I have a sense and that Kokanee will be entering, and that would be
What?
I don't think I could
You
raise
can't fight your husband?
Oh my god.
I'm sure I could, but rendering him to unconsciousness would
oh, you
probably
guys
not
are still newly married. Give it a couple of years and you will be dying for the opportunity.
Yeah, Yanis, you should be very careful what you're saying. Your wife isn't nearby, is she? Because we'll just see from off frame a knife fly into your neck.
That is the key element
This
of
is
surprise.
Kale speaking.
I don't think I will fight. I am excited to see it, but I don't see myself as a champion. No.
If you do, I'll throw a little money your way.
That's very kind of you, Adonis. Well, you'll just have to see on the day of, won't you?
I can't wait.
Who fights for Temple Neptisiket of Neptisiket? Are we? Yes. Are we sleeping here? Are we going to an inn?
Sorry,
or-
did you just invite yourself to sleep in my shop?
There's nothing in
going
here,
to-
Adonis.
Didn't I tell you, Kale? These people are wild.
Sleep over, sleep
course.
over, sleep over.
Of course, my little angels. You may
Honest,
sleep
could
here
you-
tonight.
Could you fight in the day of challenging?
I mean, if a
I
god
would
will have
love
me.
to see that. Neppy,
I don't
think
know
you
if any
found your
god will
champion.
have me.
Are you pious in any way, Adonis?
I mean,
No, he's not.
not really. I mean, I know the gods exist,
But nothing has ever.
none of them have tickled my fancy. None of them. Well, a few of them have tried.
I would love one day to hear those stories of when a
Go
god tried to
on.
tickle your
Yeah,
fancy.
what are we doing right now?
What
Go
else is
for
a
it.
slumber party for?
Well, I'm gonna need some more of that cabbage wine first.
I crack open the bottle and I pour him just
God.
straight cabbage wine. It's not a droll troll. It's just cabbage wine.
Oh, Jesus H.
So Adonis continues to drink. You get him pretty drunk. I mean, he holds out for quite a while though. Are you all drinking with him?
I'm
Yeah.
drinking with him, 100%.
I will have you make Constitution saving throws.
Oh god.
All right.
All right. I guess if everyone's drinking, I suppose I will too.
Hey,
Oh,
Nebby,
alright.
you don't have to give in to peer pressure. That's okay. You don't need to.
Wait,
21.
26.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck it.
20.
Okay.
8.
Constitution saving throw?
21.
Yana's asleep.
Okay. Yeah, Yana passes out.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. Yeah, you all manage to stay. You stay with them through most of the night, and he regales you with some ludicrous stories about how he met Saloon once, and we were in this forest, and there were all these weird animals dancing. I was naked. She was naked. It was crazy. But then I told her, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to worship at your feet.
What
So,
did she do?
That sounds very freaky.
she snapped her fingers and I was on a beach somewhere. She was pissed off,
Alone.
apparently. Yeah, I was buck naked and alone. And another time I was in this freaky card game. And I got this card and all of a sudden I woke up inside of this giant animal thing. Again, naked. Don't know how I got there.
What part of the animal were you inside?
I think I was in its tummy.
Oh, that's the best place to be.
But then some friends of mine came and rescued me. It was brilliant.
It's so nice that you have friends to look out for you like that,
Oh, yeah.
Adonis.
One time I got stuck in my own house by a little dragon man.
Your own house?
Yeah, a little dragon man trapped me in my own house.
Seems rude.
Yeah, I don't go there anymore.
You don't go
I
home?
sold it. Nah, I sold that house.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I hope that no dragon man ever keeps you in your house.
Oh no, my friends fucked that dragon man right up.
I would love to meet your friends one day. They sound like interesting folk.
They are something else. Anyways, I could go on and you just spend the rest of the night as he regales more just like insane stories. As you
Point of
all
exhaustion
eventually-
for everyone but Yana.
I'm asleep.
At some point in the night, I lean over to Neppy and I go, I think I know exactly who should be the champion for Nepthisicat.
Who's that, Finnan?
She seemed like a really powerful. She had little nubby horns and like purple skin. I can't remember her name. I think it had something.
Finnan, you can't expect me to know everybody's name at Temple Fernandez. I haven't been there for 2 years.
I can't. It was like purple squat or something along those lines. But she seemed really powerful. And I think she'd be a great champion for Nepthisicat in the day of challenging.
Does he just like pass out at that point?
No.
Slowly going. Just slowly.
You know what, Finnan?
No,
I will contact her, whoever this seemingly wonderful champion is. I will contact her right away.
Can Kelly hear this?
Cranberry head. That was
wonderful.
What it was.
I will
contact.
I will contact Aftish right away, and I will get her to send Cranberry Head over.
Kelly's gonna lean over.
I rolled a 21. I feel like Nepi would also be fairly drunk at this point.
Hey,
you seem really even-headed, and I'm like,
she's one of those drunks.
It's like your parents when your parents get drunk, and it's just like
so on the level, and then she'll be like, "I'm so drunk right now."
That's 100% Nepi's drunk. You know
I
that.
have a friend like that, and she says that, and you're like, "There's no way you're drunk." Because I'm so wasted right now.
I like to think Nepi's the kind of drunk that if she's sitting, she's fine. And then she stands up, and then you notice that she's drunk.
Ellie's gonna lean over to Finn, and while this is happening, she's gonna go, "Shh, she's lying. She's not gonna go."
I think. Oh shit! What was her name? She'd be really good. She has really big hands. Did you ever notice that about purple nub? Nub was one of the parts. Purple nub. Purple.
I met a purple nub once.
Did she have really big hands?
Finnan, are you speaking about Grape Nub?
Grape Nub! Grape Nub has abnormally large hands, and I think she could use those hands to smother a face or punch a man. I just think she'd be really strong in a combat 1v1 scenario. Grape Nub.
To my knowledge, Grape Nub's current job is keeping the archives and the catacombs clean downstairs at Temple Philenis.
She does have big cleaning hands.
So perhaps if she finds a break in her schedule, we will get her over here for that. No, Finnan,
No, do you want Grape Nub? There was a drink in Wulfrene when I was a kid. And when I saw Grape Nub, I thought Ribena. That's all I thought. Ribena was my favorite when I was a kid.
Finnan, I'm not going to have Grape Nub as our champion.
Grape Nub would be a great... Well, whatever. It's fine.
So you all pass out for the night, and morning comes a little painfully to all of you.
For the record, Tim was just like, the shirt's going to take a day, and this is what we did.
Yep.
And the morning light kind of streams in as you awake to the smell of this wonderful cinnamon tea coming from the kitchenette as Adonis has laid out a little tea set.
I would like to say art imitating life. Finnan isn't hungover because I've never been hungover in my life because I just have something in my body where I just process things. It's probably the diabetes, to be honest. But Finnan might have done. We should check that out.
Nepi probably doesn't. Well, she might have a hangover, but regardless, she casts lesser restoration on herself anyway.
So
Finnan is one of those annoying people who gets really, really drunk and then is very, very chirpy and bright-eyed, bushy-tailed in the morning.
I hate
I
that.
see Adonis even is sort of a little squinty.
Allie's
Okay, maybe just cool it. Maybe just cool it down. Okay.
I haven't said anything. I was.
Yeah. Your eyes are a little too open. Okay. Your whole body is vibrating.
I was just getting a drink of water.
Get it? You're young. You're young. You can do anything. Just.
I tell you what, I'll go for my morning jog, and I'm gonna go for my morning jog.
He's jogging.
There will likely be like calisthenics and push-ups afterwards. This is
Yana,
just...
you wanna grab those pants so we can head over to the bar and grill and get some scrambled eggs?
Uh-huh.
Guys, I feel great. I don't know. I don't know what everyone's talking about.
Is Callie still drunk?
Absolutely still drunk.
Is Yana?
No, you passed out. You had like 2 drinks
I
and
slept
passed
it all
out.
off.
You
Okay,
slept
good.
like 12 hours.
Perfect.
You feel fine.
Let's go.
So you head out to get the pants.
The second you guys leave, you hear Kale go, "Money hole."
Yes, very good callback.
Oh, we love you, Yanis.
As you arrive at the tailor shop, as he's there. You're a bit late.
Apologies, sir. Beg
Very well.
forgiveness.
Here are the pants. And you see they are like black, almost like leggings. They're similar to your spooky pants, but they go down and there is like the black kind of weaves into like a rich kind of like sort of darkish green that kind of comes up in almost like a forest scape. But it's like the green kind of like fades from a black at the bottom up to a green. So there's this kind of like this depth to the pants where there's sort of these overlapping kind of dead trees like embroidered into the pants. It's very, very spooky and very cool.
They're perfect.
I know.
I know, you know. It's just one of those things you have to say out loud. Thank
I
you so
appreciate
much.
it. Enjoy your pants.
How much do I owe you?
That will be 50 gold pieces.
Okay. She hands him 50 gold pieces.
Thank you. Enjoy your day.
Didn't Callie commission something too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Blue and purple.
You can see he's like resting on the counter. There is the like blue and purple kind of like underclothes. Is your friend coming?
Oh, she's here.
Oh, I didn't.
No,
She's, like, on
Callie's
the-
standing. No, Callie's standing right there again. Okay.
I'm sorry, you were swaying in a hypnotic way, and I didn't notice you.
It's okay.
Here are your clothes.
Thank you so much. She'd curtsy.
He gives a little short bow. That will be 40 gold pieces.
She'd give him the gold pieces.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much.
Good day. Kind of bows his red hair and goes back to his work.
Leave.
So you get your clothes, and you all gather around and you head back to Wulfrene.
All good?
Yes.
All right, zim zalabim. Boom.
Teleport back to the Blackwater Keep. You find yourself right outside home. As you see
inside the Blackwater Bar and Grill.
Okay, never mind. Inside the Blackwater Bar and Grill, but you do see Tad in your absence, and keeping with the festivities, has put up a number of like a thing of bunting around with all of the different symbols and flags of the gods, and kind of all the way around. And he's put up a big chalkboard with all of the different gods, and you can see some of them have filled out with names of champions, and then there's kind of betting odds over them as well.
Who's got the best odds?
The best odds right now is the champion for Bahamut, Kasadi Crestthorn.
Kasadi.
Are there any
Never heard of her.
gods that don't have champions named yet?
Yes, there is no champion for Nephthisiket. There is no champion for Ayun. There is no champion for Erathis. And you also notice that the champion at the moment for Melora is a familiar name, somewhat familiar name. You recognize the last name. The name is Cassian Skysinger.
Oh.
Well, this is
Go beat up your cousin-in-law and take their role.
This is wonderful. Look at the. Oh, this is so great. There are so many preparations to make. Well, this is wonderfully exciting. I should probably head to my temple.
Debbie, real quick, God question.
Well,
Yes.
Is Ioun in town?
There is no temple to Ioun here.
All right, tight.
Let us
works.
actually. Would you be able to come with me for a moment? I just have something to ask you. Just logistics question.
Yeah.
Is this essentially just like Wulfarian Christmas?
No, this isn't necessarily Wulfarian Christmas, but it is like a big. It's more kind of on par with like the Olympics. Like that like people travel, like delegates travel from far because like some of the less represented gods in Wulfrene will have delegations that come. Not every year, but like gods like Bahamut is not really much of a presence in Wulfar, and so like generally a delegation comes. As well as Moradin. Occasionally it's from Svelin, sometimes it's from Weirangdun. Karelin is often from Favoured. Saloon is, or Sehanin, depending on what part of the world, is sometimes from Favoured, sometimes it's from the Marinora Archipelago.
I'm going to catch Letters before he leaves with Neppy. He goes, I'm sorry, Neppy, can I speak to Letters for like 5 minutes?
Ooh, Mr. Popular.
Of course. Sure. I will wait outside.
Letters, could I? No, I can wait. I can wait.
Is there, it's a big ask, but is there a way that you could maybe take me to Dresda and get back in the same day?
Dresda? No, I'm tapped out. I already popped. That's a Neppy thing. She can, and back, big ask.
Okay, that's fine.
No, I'm tellied out.
Okay, no, this day doesn't have the best memories for me, and I just kind of wanted to not be in town for it.
Oh, you talk to Nessa. She'll probably pop you over. She can do that.
Yeah, I don't think Nessa likes me, but I'll give it a try.
Oh, you're a charming guy. Win her over.
I will do that. All right, thanks, Letters. And I'm gonna go look for Nissa.
Okay, yeah.
All right, before I leave, I say, Tad, the place looks great. I love your initiative.
Thank you.
Nice. All right, and I go to see Neppy.
Letters, will you walk with me? I'm just heading over to the temple, Temple Kerkel. Would you join me for a few?
I mean, we can walk or we can fly.
Walking.
All right, okay.
We just teleported. Let my stomach settle a little bit before we fly anywhere.
Okay.
They were just kind of walk and talk throughout the city. Something you said to me the other day has sat with me, and when you called yourself an Ajnabi, when we were outside Temple Philenis last time we were there.
Yeah.
Do you feel like an outsider there?
No, I didn't know what that word meant. I was just trying to use the lingo. I was basically be like, yeah, I'm a sashimi, like, I don't know, like, you said I was that, and so I was like, oh, I assumed it meant like honored guest. You're telling me it means outsider, so like, egg on my face.
Right. No, it is.
Which is dangerous because that brings the mama spider. So,
Oh no.
Yes. I am sure it does. Something I never hoped to experience myself.
It's kind of like the running of the bulls, like,
right?
Because you don't know where the spiders are. You just get together.
Egging of the face.
Everyone cracks an egg on their head, and then you just try to last as long as you can.
Is it a zone egg or a...
No, it's a spider egg. You crack the spider egg, and then the spider mamas come around.
Right.
Yeah, that's the fun thing about like giant spiders. Like, if you don't see them, you're probably in danger. Because like they'll see you before you see them.
I can imagine so.
But like usually they wait and grab, but once you crack the egg, then they come to you. It's actually a really good way. Like that's how we suss out who we want to put into the spider domes. Is like we crack and then we run around and then like people are waiting to get them.
Lynn's face gave it a whole interaction. Was priceless.
With the blanket, it looks like she's in shock.
Didn't like that.
Nobody liked that.
I'm like tearing up a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how close are you to crying? Like,
They're like right there.
I'm crying for a different reason. Well, regardless of whether you knew the word or not, as someone who I feel much kinship with, and that is, I would say I consider us very good friends, I never want you to feel like that, ever. An outsider, regardless of whatever plane you're from, that there is always place for you there.
Oh, yeah. No, everyone at Temple Philenis, almost everyone at Temple Philenis has been, no, not Temple, the other one. This is Temple Philenis. Is that?
No, you were right the first time.
Yeah. Almost like everyone at Temple Philenis, minus one, has been like really chill. I was like, it's really great. I felt very welcome. Like,
did someone give you a hard time, or were they rude to you?
Nope.
Can I make an insight check?
Sure. Make a deception check, letters.
Today's the day. 12.
29.
Oh.
Nope.
Can't lie to mom.
All right. Well, if you decide to revise that, or you would like me to speak to someone, please let me know. Nobody should ever be rude to you.
Don't worry. They'll get what's coming to them.
That concerns me more. Perhaps it should. Well, mine is not a reason why at that point. Here, come inside. So I would take.
Oh, here we are.
Yes.
Great.
I would take him into kind of more of the back room of Temple Caracal with the statue in front of it. Letters there. It was interesting you mentioned last night, and when folks were asking me if I was going to fight.
Yeah.
As I said, I don't see myself as a champion, and in my lack of foresight, there is nobody suitable from my order at this point that would be a good option, and there has, to my knowledge, never been an entry from our order. She would kneel down, and there would be like a kind of like a cabinet near in that room, and she would pull out this large, what looks like just folded black velvet. Letters, I am honored to know you as a person, and there have been times in the past where we have talked about religion, and we have talked about Neptisiket, and I would never ask you to sway or to partake in any faith that you do not wish to. But you have always been so reverent of mine, and as someone who has been treated like an outsider most of her life, everywhere except at Temple Philenis, for you to give me such care when you didn't have to meant a lot, and still does. And you are welcome to say no, and I will not be offended in any way, shape, or form if you do. And she would extend this piece of black velvet to you. I would like to formally ask you if you would be willing to be the champion for Temple of Neptisiket, representing Temple Caracal.
High Priestess Nepenthe, she with eyes that shine. I am honored. I will accept on one condition. You have to personally write me some Neptisiket approved smack talk. Like, I'm going to transition you between life and death, shit like that. That's what I need. Because, like, if I'm representing Neptisiket, what I say is not going to be, on brand. And that's important to me, that if you're trusting me with this, reverent responsibility,
yes.
Because I know you're trying to make inroads here. And so, like, help me help you build an Nepthisicate brand.
Letters, nothing would bring me more pride than to see you as our champion. And yes, I will do my utmost. Do my utmost. Someone who has never smack talked anyone except for Velsoom, and even still.
You did so good.
Thank you.
Like,
thank you. I tried. Have to be reverent, but I will write you whatever
This is the
smack
thing.
talk I can come to.
You're not going to be saying it. I'm saying it. This is the time when you, Neppy, get to off the leash. Like,
Right.
and I won't tell. That'll just be our little secret. That'll just be our little secret. We won't tell the acolytes. We won't tell Optish. That's just between you and me. Softly, won't even know.
Letters, but she'll know.
Yeah, so you better make them good.
Well, no pressure then. So you have to take it. Letters.
Oh,
Say
yeah.
yes. And you see this like really long black cape, essentially trimmed with gold and silver and like navy blue embroidery, and it like there's symbols of like eyes and like a whole bunch of the iconography that you would have seen at Temple Philenis, more prominently. So Letters, for as long as you do not have to choose to take this mantle every year, but for as long as you wish it, you are the champion that will fight in the Godsbrawl.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Okay.
If you choose to pass it on, that is up to you. And there is no hard feelings and no. It is not It's not. You don't have to worry about being reverent about it. It is, if you do not wish to participate next year, that is very fine. But you get to keep the cloak.
Oh, I get to keep this?
For as long as you're the champion, you get to keep it.
Oh, but then I got to give it back.
It is a relic.
Is it just handsome, or are there any magical abilities?
I don't know,
just have to
Tim.
know.
Are there any magical abilities to it?
No, but you would know about the
Okay, so it's just handsome.
Godsbrawl.
That's good. That's good.
You would know
That's
about
good.
the Godsbrawl that every champion gets a stone with like
I love that
contains a boon that is that you're
great.
able to use once during combat as a bonus action.
Holy shit! All right.
If you are deemed worthy, essentially you're given the stone. If the god approves, then you're granted the boon for the combat.
Would that be at Temple
It's given
Caracal?
out. No, it's given out at the Godsbrawl. It's kept, it's kept.
Right.
The gates don't keep it. It's brought out for the Godsbrawl.
So yes, you will be given something from Her Grace if you are deemed worthy. But for lack of better words, I'll put in a good word.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll do my best to represent as the first Nepthisicatian bad boy.
The first Nepthisicatian bad boy. Fantastic title. Yes.
All right, I got to catch up with Clack and go over my spell book. So I guess I really want to kick I don't who's working for I. Anyways, we'll see how the day. Love this.
To my knowledge, big hug, biggest hug.
End of scene. We'll figure it out there. And I fly away.
She just leaves me at the step.
Yeah, this is where you wanted to be, right? He says as he like circles back. Sorry, was that rude? Did you want to fly too?
It's fine. I'm going to stay
I felt
here.
like the scene was over. So
Go
do
ahead.
you want to keep going?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. Are you good?
I have to talk to Softly, so yes.
Okay, good. I gotta talk. Yeah.
Somebody else. Go ahead. Somebody else can go.
So Finnan, you find
actually I realized like before I left to go see Nissa, as I was like heading out, I had a different idea. Who has the amulet?
Letters.
No. I gave it to Neppy.
Oh.
Neppy.
Fuck. I will then I would just go to the temple, assuming that she'd be there, and I would go to the temple. And just to make things fast, I would just ask. I'd be like, Neppy, can I borrow the amulet for just like a day? I'll bring it back tomorrow morning.
Of course. Are you all
Cool.
right?
Yeah, I just thought I might like take a day off. I was going to go to the Earth plane, do some training, see if I could talk to someone over there about just an idea that I had.
Oh, I would have thought with your involvement with the Godsbrawls last year, you would have wished to stay.
Yeah, that was never really my thing. That was
Your
Dad's really was always kind of, that's why I trained so much. It was always about once a year, it was always about trying to make it in and being the champion and representing Paylor and representing the family and bringing honor and whatnot. And I don't know. It was never really my jam.
I can appreciate that as someone
But
who...
it was very much his, and I'm really excited for you guys to experience it, and for all the people who haven't experienced it yet, I'm excited for them. But I've had 16 years of it, some of which those years were spent either participating or trying to participate, and years that I didn't, I brought a lot of disappointment to my father, and the year that I did was the same for a different reason. So I just thought I might take a day off and go chill out with some earth plane folk.
I can absolutely appreciate that, feeling the need to shrug off tradition and do something different for yourself. There is, and in no way am I trying to convince you otherwise, but there is a lot in acts of reclaiming things as your own and stepping out of the shadow of other people. There is a lot to be said for being here with us, your family, people who love you for you and not what you could do in a Godsbrawl.
I agree. In time, it's not been that long, it's pretty recent.
Right.
In time, probably, yeah, I could see this being a different thing for me. But even to, like, when we teleported in, I got that nervous feeling like I was participating, and I just saw all those feelings of worry and like pre-shame kind of hit me. And I think maybe next year or the year after, I could see myself maybe participating, but...
Finnan, do you know the difference between guilt and shame?
I'm sure you're about to tell me.
I am.
Okay.
Guilt says I've done something bad, and shame says I'm a bad person because I did something bad. Finnan, and she would take his hand. In her hand is the talisman. There is in no way that you are a bad person. Regardless of whatever you have done, who you feel you may have disappointed, who may have expressed disappointment to you, I will feel your absence. I will miss you, sitting and cheering on our friends and making bets and jokes and wisecracks and me running to make sure nobody dies. And I respect your decision, of course. But no, I will feel your absence.
Thanks, Nappy. And I'm gonna take the talisman and I'm gonna walk away. And I sit down and I look at the talisman and I think about the last time I left the group and how people died. And he's just gonna sit there for a bit. He's gonna wipe away a few tears. And then I'm gonna cast Seeming on myself to just look like just a random person. And I'm gonna go to the brawl.
Okay. You would know that it's the day before, so the brawl will start tomorrow. But you
Wait, didn't we teleport?
The same day we teleported.
Oh yeah, you're right. So
Ball's Eve.
I would. Yeah, then I would. Yeah, I would.
you know
with
where
the
to
group.
find
Yeah,
to
yeah.
find lodging and stuff like that if you wanted to.
Actually,
stay.
that interaction probably would have happened the next day. Then
Okay.
They probably would have
Morning.
happened the day of. Yeah.
It's still a really nice interaction.
Lovely.
Totally. So you make your way to the Goldon's Gambit at the end of it, where the arena is, kind of with a throng of people all moving through the city towards the Colosseum. Yana, Kokani, Calliope.
Yeah, can Kokanee and Calliope, can one of you stay with me while I do something real quick? It's probably dumb, but like.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I have a really specific paranoia about pants now, and I got these new pants.
They look good.
They look great. I haven't put them on. I'd like to cast Identify on them, and I want you to be here in case anything stupid and magical happens, because I have a bad track record with pants.
Sure.
Okay. And I'm gonna cast Identify on the pants.
Okay. You do sense a bit of magic. You sense it is, let me just look at what kind of magic it is. It is transmutation magic. Very faint, but a bit of transmutation magic.
I know what it's doing.
You recognize that it's a very simple enchantment, but these pants cannot be dirtied.
Hell yeah. Okay, there are magic pants, but they're just like magic in the nice way.
Good. I'm glad that they're not going to do terrible things to you.
Not possessed by a lich.
Not possessed by a lich.
That's a step in the right direction
This is
for my wardrobe.
That's a win.
It's a big
Yeah, no,
day
this is
for
a
me.
notable improvement in your pants.
Yeah. You guys like them?
They look great.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna go put them on and then hang out with Nessa. You guys probably have God stuff or wife stuff to do.
It's both of their things.
Gonna go find my wife.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find my wife.
So
Nailed
Callie,
it.
you head to the Gatestone Keep, and you head up, and you find in the sitting room, on the second floor, you find Kamea is there sitting across from someone you don't recognize. You see an older man. He looks like he's probably in his 60s, maybe his early 60s. Similar kind of like almond skin to Kamea. You can see he has like a mess of white dreadlocks kind of pulled up, and you can see he's got a bit of stubble, and he's wearing like a beautiful kind of simple green hemp robe. And he's kind of like, he's like smiling and sipping on a cup of tea as he's sitting cross-legged on the chair. And he kind of looks up. Oh, you must be Callie.
Yeah, I'm Callie.
Hello, it's a pleasure to meet you. And he stands up and he kind of bows. Cassian Skysinger.
Nice to meet you.
And Callie goes, he surprised me. I didn't know he was coming. This is my uncle, Cassian.
Oh, so nice to meet you.
He's come quite a ways. He's come from Pegor.
Wow.
He is convinced that he's going to fight in the Godsbrawl.
I saw it, the banner in the...
Yes, I am afraid I was a bit guilted into it. We haven't sent a champion in some time, and the Acolytes thought it would be funny. So here I am. Admittedly, it is not my first choice. I think I'm a bit past the age of fighting. But enough about me. Please, sit.
Yeah. Callie's holding her clothes she got, by the way, too. She's just like walked in the door and she's just like, okay.
What are those, love?
I got new clothes for under my armor. I'm also in different armor. I'm in Neppy's armor.
Yes,
Wait, what?
your armor is almost ready. It should be ready within a couple of days.
That's exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, I got new clothes for under my armor. It's like this little guy made them. He was kind of scary. He scared me a little bit.
They're not cursed or anything, right?
No, I don't think so. Totally not. No, we
I
didn't.
love the color.
Yeah, it's. I thought they were like orc colors.
Yes. Please come and sit.
Okay.
This is my father's brother, and I haven't seen my uncle since I was a small child. It's been such a long time. He's a priest.
For
Melora.
Melora.
Yes, you two might have a few things in common. And he goes, I see you are also one with the Wild Mother.
I am, yeah.
You, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but you strike me as someone who might be gifted with the sword.
I have used a sword quite a few times, yes.
I must admit, Callie, Kamea has been regaling some incredible stories of your many accomplishments. It's quite impressive.
Thank you. It's not just me. It's Blackwater as the group. We do it together.
Well, I don't mean to be too forward, and you don't have to decide right away. But if you would like to represent Melora in the Godsbrawl, I have a feeling your odds may be a bit better than mine.
Callie would just like kind of like reach her hand down to Command and like kind of look at Command, like just kind of like, can I like just kind of like a look of like, can I do this? Am I okay to do this? Like, am I gonna kill someone? Like, it's just like a please.
He kind of looks at you and goes, it's entirely safe. If you or someone else is struck down, as soon as you go unconscious, you are teleported out. We also have some reserve diamonds on hand. Should something terrible go wrong, you can be brought back. Or someone at the edge of your blade. But yes, it's you. I think Melora would be lucky to have you.
I think then I would be honored to fight for Melora.
Really?
Yeah.
Good, because I am the queen, and I have to host the event, but I can also make bets on it.
Who are you gonna bet on? Just curious.
I wonder. Well, there is a champion of Bahamut that has pretty good odds, but
You know, I did hear that.
I like an underdog, so
Okay, yeah.
I think I may have to bet on letters.
You know what?
I'm kidding. Of course, I'm going to put a sizable bet on you.
Okay, then I
You'll
will.
lose that money.
Letters, you're not there.
Yeah, but you know I'm thinking it.
Yeah, it's probably good you don't bet on letters.
No,
He's
going
probably
to
gonna lose. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's gonna lose. Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to it then.
Good.
Yeah.
So you spend the afternoon and the evening with Cassian and learn all about his temple in Pegor, as he seems to be quite taken with you. and is just elated to see his niece. Kokanee, you head to find Neppy in Temple Caracal. As you kind of like about halfway there, you see letters just kind of flying through the sky towards the keep.
Seems about right.
As you make your way over.
Hello?
Hello, darling. Come on in.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going? You're not busy, are you?
Never for you.
I figured we'd get this done sooner than later because I've been curious, and I pull out the tools and the armband from the temple or the pyramid in the Amen K that we had pulled. Do you mind casting legend lore on these?
I can look into them. Yes, if there is any story to them, it will tell me. We can lay them out. If there is no story to them, then nothing will come through. But I'm absolutely happy to try.
Sure, I'd love to know more about them. And I place them out: the tinkerer's tools and the cog armband.
Yeah, you lay out the cog armband and the like. This is the first time you've actually gotten to kind of take a good look at them since collecting them, and you can see they are wonderfully made, very, very fine, and they've held up for obviously quite a long time, kind of in their leather roll-up case.
It'll take a moment for me to cast it, but we've got some
I'm
time.
in a rush.
Of course. Have you? He would have seen me cast legend lore before, right? Yeah. So I'd lay out the ivory, light a shit ton of incense, at which the spell consumes. So it's like 250 gold pieces of incense, but the ivory stays intact. So I would cast legend lore.
And you cast legend lore, and nothing comes through.
Well, darling, I'm sorry to say there is no story to this. They are simply an armband and tinkerer's tools.
I'd hoped that they would give us a little bit more insight into what was going on there, but
I wonder if there has to be some story to figure out if they are they were the property of who I think they were. Then I think they were of Maribel, the inventor who made your gun originally. I'm sure very long ago. What she was doing in that tomb, I do not know. Especially on the door with the Orphea behind it, whatever that is.
I don't know either. But I figured that we're going to find out.
Yes. There will be no use in us going back there until we have hallowed the Kopesh and reforged the Hand of Io. We will have to find a smith of some kind. I don't know if that's something that you are proficient with or could be. Because right now, if one of us touches those Kopesh, there is a risk of some grave insult to your mind. You weren't there. It was myself and Kelly and Yana when I cast Legend Lore on the Kopesh before. I heard Velsum in my head, and he spoke of being Io's ruin, whatever that means. So perhaps once we are done the Godsbrawl and have ventured down whatever the money pit has in store for us.
It's a hole. It's a money hole. But
money hole. Sorry.
Thank you.
Lettuce corrected me earlier.
He flies by.
Lettuce is everywhere right now. He's hearing the conversation between Callie and her wife.
They're hilarious
Big
aside.
Brother
We
vibe.
love them.
So we will have to do that at some point. I feel it important. If this was really what Velsum I can imagine that part of what he wanted was to bring the Chained Oblivion back. But if the Chained Oblivion had higher aims with Io, or because we don't know how she died. This is, of course, all just things that have been bouncing around inside my head. So.
Well, I think we'll find out as we reforge them. But I think that it'll take a little bit more than a common forge to put these back together.
Yes.
Maybe I can do it with the right tools, or maybe the right smith can do it.
Right.
But I don't think it's someone that we're going to find here.
Certainly not. No. I wonder. We will have to find someone who knows what the hand of Io looked like, and has the ability to reforge it and re-tap into magical properties that have been long lost. So a special, very skilled craftsperson indeed.
I would think so.
Well, for another time. I forgot to ask, are you going to fight?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna go check in with the temple and see how everybody's doing, and if they don't have anybody else already planned, then I think I probably will do it. It sounds like fun. What's the worst that could happen, right?
You'll be fine. As the high priest and someone who is very proficient at this, I think you will do just fine. Now, I have to admit, it would be... I will be cheering for you, of course, but I've asked Letters to be the champion for Temple Neptisiket. So I will not be cheering just for you as well.
We'll see how it goes.
Valley too, right? There's a third cheer in there.
I don't know that you've been the priest or nominated yet.
Anyway, I've got to go find my I've got to go check in on my temple and see how it's going, but I'll see you around.
Of course. I'll see you back at the keep later.
See ya.
Bye.
At some point, Callie would like to find Neppy. Just at some point.
Okay.
Wants to talk to Neppy
Popular.
today.
Everybody's talking to Neppy. Kokanee, you head over to the temple to Arathis, and you can see it is somewhat bustling. There's a number of people around, and a sermon has just finished from one of the younger priests. And people are kind of milling about, and you can see the banners have been kind of hung for the day of challenging. And as you kind of walk through, there's some kind of like whispers and like, and as you head into the temple,
I'll go talk to that new priest.
Oh, hello, sir, high priest. And you see a relatively young-looking gnomish man, kind of standing before you, as he kind of steps down from a stool. Hello, high priest, lightkeeper, sir.
Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
My name is Gimbal.
Hi, Gimbal. It's nice to meet you. It looks like you had a packed house for your sermon.
Oh, well, it's been busy with the day of challenging coming up. We've had a lot of success at our pavilion. Some people traveling from some of the outer districts coming to visit the city. And people seem curious and interested in Arathis' teaching.
Gimbal sound familiar?
Because you had him in your campaign one time.
Not the same.
Different
you had
Gimbal.
a guy named Gimbal. So it's been busy, but sir, we don't have a.
Please, Kokanee is fine.
Oh, okay. Kokanee, sir, Kokanee, we don't have a champion selected, and some of the priests were talking, but we felt like you should decide. It didn't feel right to choose one in your absence.
Well, that's very nice of you. If there's nobody else selected, I think then I will fight.
Oh, good. That's what we were all hoping.
Gimbal, you didn't want to fight? On behalf
No,
of Arathis?
absolutely not. No. No. I am not a fighter.
What do you
no.
do then?
I talk and I tinker, I dabble, and I have projects on the go, and
Like what, Gimbal?
hmm?
Like what? What are you working on?
Oh, it's nothing really.
No, I'm interested. I want to see everybody prays differently.
No, okay. Well, I had this idea that came to me. I was reading one night and sort of falling asleep, and I was sort of nodding off, and I kept losing my page because the pages were flipping because I wasn't holding them as I was getting comfortable. So I started working on this little contraption to keep the book open, but also it's hooked up to a metronome, so you can set the timing at which you can flip the page. It will flip the page for you.
Very interesting.
It's just a little something. I haven't quite cracked it yet, but it is getting there.
Outstanding. Well, I think I'm only going to be in town for a couple days, and then we're going to be back on the road. But
okay, yeah.
It looks good here.
Thank you. We've been trying to maintain it as best we can, and trying to accommodate all the new faces.
Best we can.
Yeah.
Good work, Gimbal.
Thank you, Kokini. Sure.
There's the city of Bakal.
Yes, of course.
I guess I don't know if word's gotten here, but a couple weeks ago it fell. And a new city is being built.
Oh wow!
It's called Dresda.
Oh, I like that.
I don't know if anybody here is interested, but it's a new city being built, and I think they could use some guidance from her if anybody's interested in making a pilgrimage.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that there are some priests who would be eager to travel and see the world. I will let everyone know.
Outstanding. If there's anybody interested, you can let me know, and I'm sure, yeah, we can sort something out.
I'll send word to Blackwater Keep.
Outstanding. Thanks, Gimbal.
Thank you. As he kind of heads back in. Callie, you make your way over to Temple Caracal.
Everyone wants to talk to Neppy today. Love it.
She'd like knock.
Neppy would open. Oh, Callie. Hi.
I don't know if you're too busy to do this. Like, it doesn't have to be right now, but just while we're in town, I know we talked about the candle for Kamea.
Of course.
And yeah, just like while we're in town, before we go off again, just whenever.
A candle, a death candle for you.
A death candle for me. Yeah.
All right, of course. I can do that. And you do know that it doesn't light again. If you die, it does not relight itself. Kamea will know that the light has gone out and that you, for a brief moment, will have been dead.
Yeah, if we talked about that, I just have to call her immediately if I get brought back up.
I understand.
So, yeah.
To be quite honest with you, I will have to re-up all of the candles in Blackwater Keep. Well, not all of them, but...
Oh no!
That was the couple of days before your wedding that I did the last few. So Kokanis will have to be relit, and
Adonis.
Yes, and Yana's.
Mine's very thoroughly out.
Yeah.
It's cold.
You just can't keep your candle lit.
Yes, so I will do that before we leave. And of course, Kamea can have a candle for you. I would be happy to.
And
Thank you.
better make sure you call her
I know.
when I
will.
bring you back.
That'll be the first thing I do.
Yes, don't even get up. Just
Just
hold the sound,
call. Yeah.
call her. Yes,
Call her. Yeah.
because she will panic.
You guys better get me up quickly then.
You can count on it. All right. Are you? Did you have a good talk with Kamea? Are you happy to see her?
Yeah. I'm actually gonna be fighting.
Oh,
Yeah.
not Cassie.
Cassie? No, that's her uncle.
Oh,
Yeah. No, I will be fighting for Melora.
and how is that sitting with you?
Well, you know, I have to. He's drooling all over me. There's so much drool on me, and I'm trying to hold my composure.
Melora's with you.
You know, I don't know, all the I don't know, the banter with letters. I do want to fight him. Because there is that part of me that is really competitive and does want to, fight, do that. But I'm really scared. I'm really scared.
And I know it's no consolation, but this is sanctioned and probably about as safe as fighting your friend could be. There are multiple priestesses on staff, and we are ready, and I will be there. And I would never let you do that. I would never let anyone do that to you. And you can always drop out. If it feels too much, there is no shame in it at all. People excuse themselves from competition all the time, I've heard.
A little bit of shame.
I've already had a conversation about shame today.
I just...
You haven't yet, because that's tomorrow morning.
I know we get teleported out.
Yes.
Said that. No, Kamea said that. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm just not sure if striking someone with my sword again, who I am supposed to protect and be friends with, I'm not, it's happened so many times. I've done it to Kokanee and Letters and Spooky. So it's not as much of this is just a sanctioned event where nothing can happen. It's happened to me before and it wasn't a sanctioned event, and I'm just scared that I'm not scared I'm gonna hurt them. And I guess it's kind of selfish. I'm scared that I'm going to hurt myself, or I'm going to have flashbacks, or I'm going to be put in a place where I'm back in those places where I was.
Well, then how about we make it so that if that happens, you're off the field? Is there something we can set up ahead of time that I can make sure somebody knows that if you need to be off the field, that we get you out of there? Signal or something? What about this?
I can cast light.
Yes. If you cast light, I will make sure that you are off the field. We will have that. I will speak to the my priestesses. We speak quite closely with those who are running it, because we're the ones who have to keep people safe. So if you cast light, I will make sure you are taken off the field to keep you safe.
Because this should be fun,
Yeah,
in essence, and not dangerous to your mind.
Yeah. You went in. You went into the
The abyss?
the abyss. Yeah.
I
I
did.
was there too. I got hurled through it. Are you okay?
The madness clung for a couple days. I saw the abyss every time I closed my eyes. It made sleeping almost impossible. The only reason I was able to sleep was because of her grace. Every night, and my prayers. But I walked into the abyss knowingly, with no intention of coming out. I didn't think I was going to come out. I thought that was it, until either I figured something out or you all came and got me, because I knew you would.
Yeah.
But no. Am I afraid of the abyss? I don't think so. I think I should be, but I don't think I am. But then again, it is a matter of consent. I walked in, I gave my consent. You did not.
Yeah.
You didn't get a choice.
Nah. It was quick. I tried to call command, it didn't work.
Well, as long as I'm standing and breathing, and this ring is doing its job, you never have to go back there.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I do. I have to go find a holy symbol. But I just want to make sure that I say it again, because I haven't said it in a while. The wings from the Matron of Vengeance, it's not your fault, and I don't want you to carry that with you. And I know we haven't talked about it, but it's a thing that happened, and I know it'll come up someday, but we'll get through that too. And it's okay. And she's gonna like give Neppy a hug, and she's gonna heal her for 5 points.
Okay.
Thank you, Kelly. It is a salve to a wound that won't be healed until it's done. And I cannot wait for that day to be done. But thank you.
Of course.
Now go, get ready. You've got a big day.
I got it. Yeah, Kelly's gonna run and try and find a holy symbol somewhere. Just
Okay, and that's where we're gonna take our break.
Oh my gosh, it's so late for a break.
Oh my goodness. All
We'll
right.
see you guys shortly.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey folks, Emma here. So, do you experience lore panic? You know, that deep, dark, sinking feeling that your DM or campaign notes are missing and disorganized? That you've forgotten an important plot point and it's going to send your life into a swirling void of angst and regret? Well, if you're like me, then you'll be happy to know that Blackwater is here to help. Yes, you, little lore keeper. We're really proud to announce our partnership with Silverwing Armory. Silverwing Armory is a Canadian company that specializes in gaming goodies, RPG resources, and nerdy necessities to help plan your campaign. My personal favorite are their campaign notebooks. Each of these beautifully designed books is handmade and crafted, showcasing original designs by the creator herself. There's enough that they'll match perfectly with wherever and whenever your game is set. They're also fully customizable with different types of paper, dotted, lined, or graph, whatever works best for you. Finally, they're system agnostic, so no matter what game you run, from D&D to Call of Cthulhu, your lore is kept safe and organized however you like it. Head on over to their Instagram and website at Silverwing Armory and use our promo code Blackwater for 10% off at checkout. It supports this amazing Canadian business and helps support our stream and the story we keep telling week after week. So you get less of this and more of this. Silverwing Armory, for the lore keeper and all of us. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Oh, hey guys, it's me, Adam, and I'm here to talk to you about the sponsor for tonight's episode, Legendcraft. Legendcraft is a Canadian woodworking company that makes D&D and tabletop gaming tables and accessories. They are a couple of passionate crafters that create items that will instantly become a highlight of any tabletop or RPG player's game night. An absolute favourite of mine is the Mountain King board gaming table. This table is bonkers cool, looking like it is straight out of a Dwarven King's Hall. It's really unlike anything I've ever seen. We feel really good about endorsing this Canadian business that brings so much passion into something we care so deeply about. So head over to their Instagram at legendcraft.ca to have a look at what they're making and let them know that Blackwater sent you. And if any of you fall in love with any of their amazing products, you can go to their website and use the promo code Blackwater for 5% off. It supports a Canadian business and also helps support our stream in this crazy D&D game we love. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the show.
And we're in, yeah.
I mean, I realized we totally did not do announcements. So, I mean, there's that.
Yeah. We're just all very excited.
We're all very excited to play.
All our puppy talk got us worked up.
You know, it was good pup talk. I just want to take a quick announcement break moment to say thank you to those two amazing sponsors you saw ads for in the break, Legendcraft and Silverwing Armory. We love working with them, and if you enter our code Blackwater at checkout, you get 10% off at Silverwing Armory and 5% off at Legendcraft if anything tickles your fancy. One more other announcement too that we have is our Twitch Prime subscriptions. Those need to be re-upped every month if that's something that you want to do. It helps support our show and helps us keep doing what we're doing and making it better. So please do that if that's something that you want to do. Thank you. One more announcement that we have is this coming Monday, our very own Adam Lucas is going to be joining us to talk all things Tauren Blackwater and Finnan Adonis. So we will be discussing Tauren, who we talk about and y'all have never met. So we're excited to talk about him and talk about all things Finnan too. So if you have any questions in the chat, throw them up there with the hashtag chatwater, and I will make sure we get those on the docket for him. So that's very exciting. Yeah, I think that's all the announcements. Also, a big thank you to everyone who came out and watched behind the screen on Wednesday. I had such a fun time in the chat with you all, and I know Jen and Len did too. And we have so many other great things in the works for you guys, other shows that are a brewing. So please keep your eyes. And Monday, we actually have another fantastic announcement coming out for you guys about another show something special we're going to be doing. So come hang out at Chatwater with us, coming out and chat with us about Chatwater. Yeah.
One final announcement. You. That's right, you. I'm talking to you. We think you're cool.
Okay.
Wow.
Thank you, Adam.
Sweet.
Thank you.
So shiny and cool.
All right, so you all rest for the evening and get prepared for the morning ahead as you hear the horns kind of trumpet through the city as everyone begins to congregate at the arena. And you know the brawl starts at midday sharp as you walk through Gold Dawn's Gambit, which is kind of the peninsula that leads up. Yes, letters?
Unless this is going to be explained
do you want
in...
to talk to Neppy again?
Yeah, I would. But I don't... If this is going to be explained in-game, that's fine. I don't actually know the process of the brawl. Is it... You'll explain it in-game. You're going to explain it in-game. You're going to...
No, I was going to leave high and dry.
I don't know. Yeah, you're fine. Sorry. Oh.
So...
I got seeming.
Yeah. As you make your way kind of in the crowd, kind of blending in, you walk through the pavilion and you see there are through the kind of promenade leading up to it, and you see there's large pavilions for each of the gods. You can see there is some of the ones from farther off are a little bit bigger that had champions already kind of predetermined. The pavilion to Nephthisicat is a little bit smaller.
Small but mighty. Thank you.
Small but mighty. The pavilion to Arathis is quite impressive. There is no pavilion to Ioun as you walk through. And as you make your way through, you also get a glimpse as most of the other champions for their respective gods are in their pavilions at the moment, kind of with their people as they begin to make their way with their entourages. You can see there is some familiar faces. You see the Sun Speaker Halskani is in the pavilion to Paylor. And there looks to be the champion that they've chosen is his son, Cato Halskani. You can see he's kind of a spitting image of his father, but quite a bit younger.
That kid is such a wanker.
And he's like maybe 2 years older than Finnan. He's definitely like
the young upstart.
Destroy him.
You walk by the pavilion to Bahamut, and you can see a number of like well-armored, like what look like soldiers, and kind of standing at the center. You can see a very tall dragonborn woman. She's probably almost 7 feet tall, and she's wearing full plate armor, and you can see it's quite dinged up and battle worn. And on her back are 2 great swords, and she carries a spear as she kind of like makes her way down. That is Kasadi Crestthorn. You see the Temple to Avandra has a number of kind of merchants around it selling different goods. They've come from Clore, and their champion is a Tabaxi who was completely black-furred. She goes by Dahlia of the Shore. You can see that the pavilion to Melora has Cassian there, along with a number of other acolytes to Melora. The pavilion to Cord is quite impressive as well. They've made a kind of a great show of this because it is the festival was created for Cord originally, and their champion is Ura Blazik. She's a half orc. She looks to be quite a bit older. You can see she's kind of got like gray hair, sort of pulled back, shaved sides of her head. You can see she's quite scarred up, wearing just like a simple kind of like a martial arts robe.
Oh boy.
And you walk by the pavilion to Moradin, where you see a number of dwarves. It looks like a delegation from Wirangdun. And their champion, you can see, is also decked out in full plate. And you can see kind of around his neck a large kind of like jeweled symbol to Moradin. And you find out that this is Chet Stoneass, who's representing Moradin this year. The pavilion to Karelin is from Favoured. This is Asilian Windavar. You see a beautiful, beautiful elven man, very tall, like almost white blonde hair, very like
try hard
skin. He's got a tiny little lute.
I hate this guy.
Little lute. And he's wearing just like beautiful clothes, in like silk, like teal and gold embroidered. It's beautiful.
Do you have three? Does he have 3 lutes, one of which doesn't have strings?
So far, you can only just see his tiny lute. He doesn't seem to have anything else. You see the pavilion to Saloon. Is medium sized. There's a number of wood elves kind of decked out in sort of a purple and black motif. And you can see a very short wood elf with a quarterstaff on her back with the half moon of Saloon. This is Tange Boreal. As they all kind of make their way to the arena. You can see some of you are familiar with the Colosseum, and during the Godsbrawl, they bring in the seats. So the arena itself is quite small. It's only sort of like 30 feet across. So you're all in quite tight quarters.
Is there a roof on it?
There is no roof. It's open air.
Cool.
And there are already a number of people kind of filling out the stands, all sort of cheering and excited. And as you arrive, you are given a rundown of the rules. And basically everyone, when you start, you all go in. There'll be sort of like an introduction to all of you, and then you'll all take your stone to see if you are worthy of the boon. And if you are deemed worthy, you kind of hold it up. And then you'll all kind of move back to your to where your God's banner is. And it is everyone for themselves. You can take that how you will, but essentially it's down to the last person still conscious.
Oh, it's a melee.
Oh, it's a brawl, not a 1v1.
Yeah, no, it's a full-on brawl.
Okay.
So you make your way to your kind of essentially dressing rooms beforehand, and then are brought into the center arena, and the crowd is massive. There's thousands of Wulfrenians around, kind of cheering as each champion steps out. You see Kamea is there, and she begins to introduce everyone as like the crowd kind of roars. They roar particularly loudly for Helskani, Cato Helskani, as he is he's the son of the Sun Speaker, and he is definitely a crowd favorite. And there is not much love felt for Dahlia of the Shore, the representative of Avandra. But other than that, you all kind of get a warm welcome. Kokanee, you get a pretty warm welcome, as well as you, Letters. Are kind of familiar faces in the city by now, and also
I cast Skywrite.
Calliope probably gets the largest welcome out of the three of you, known for her proximity to the Queen, and she is definitely a crowd favorite as well.
I'm going to put 50 gold down.
Okay.
Yeah,
would anyone like to make bets?
Yeah, I'm putting 50 gold on Letters.
This is gonna.
At the moment, Letters odds, because he's somewhat unknown in this kind of arena, but he's known throughout the city and that, but he has not been seen fighting as much. So it's only sort of through tale. His odds are 6-1.
Oh yeah, come on, Sean. Gotta win this for me.
What are Kokanee and Callie's odds?
I'm putting 100 gold down. Fuck it, let's go.
Callie's odds are 3-1.
Okay.
And Kokanee's are 4-1.
I don't know what that means.
So if you put down 1 gold and they win, you get 4 back. If you're betting on Kokanee, 3 back. If you're betting,
I'll put 100 gold on Sean Deppner. I'm putting
100 gold on Letters.
Okay.
Come
yeah,
on,
Callie,
Sean.
basically means you have better odds. People think that you have a better shot of winning.
The higher the number it is before the 1, the less likely people think you are. People think you're likely to win. Less likely they think. Yeah.
Basically, whatever, like per 1 gold you bet, the number before that is how many gold you win back if you win. So 1-1 is you bet 10, you get 10 back as well. So 6-1 is real good if they win.
And
if they win,
you find out, Letters, Kokanee, and Callie, that you find out that the winner receives the Godsbrawl boon for a time.
For a time.
that is
exciting.
exciting.
Yeah.
Is there rules about like buffs beforehand? Like, can I mage armor before I go in, or is that like...
No, anything you cast has to be within the fight, and no help from any outsiders. There are no rules around alliances per se, but it does eventually have to come down to 1. So,
fuck, if Finn had been in it, could have just cast darkness in myself and just sat in the corner while everyone killed themselves.
What an awesome spectator sport that would have been.
Everybody loved that.
Born to be a gladiator.
Exactly.
Is there a chance for Callie to quickly just like call her wife? I know she's like right over there, but
no, she doesn't have the sending stone with her. She's in the middle of the arena.
Okay. Is there? Could she have had like a quick thing to say to come here
Yeah,
before?
she would have come to you in your dressing room right beforehand.
Callie just wants to make sure that if she loses, she's not going to let down the queen because now she just got very scared walking into it. But
Absolutely not. Not at all. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I am just proud to see you out there, but don't feel any pressure.
no
I know
pressure.
what kind of a warrior you are.
Thank you. Okay. Just want to make sure that I'm not letting down like the queen. Like I know I'm
Not at
married to
all.
the. Okay.
Do keep an eye out on that dragonborn, though. She's big.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna also put 50 gold down on Callie just to hedge my bets, baby.
Okay. All right.
Nebby's not going to bet, but I would visit Letters very quickly and Kokanee very quickly also. Going in to see Letters. The cape suits you very well.
Oh yeah, I like the like now my aesthetic is like black and red. It's like dark timeline letters. It's
Dark
very
timeline
cool.
letters.
Yeah.
It makes me very proud to see you wear it, and I'm very honored that you said yes. You will bring a lot of honor to us, whatever happens.
Well, we'll see. That really caught me off guard. The whole like I can't cast mage armor beforehand. I mean, are we gonna make all the people wearing armor put on their armor? Like, do we all have to start out naked? But I feel like that puts the casters at a distinct disadvantage. But I reckon I could get some licks in on that fucking bard. Look, no matter what happens today, as long as that guy eats shit, I'm happy.
Make them. I will look forward to seeing what you do on the field.
We'll see how she goes.
And,
but yeah.
And I'm gonna very quickly do just kind of like a very like hold his hands and do a very simple prayer to Nepthisaket to increase his chances of being accepted by the boon. Considering
And she casts warding bond on him.
Make a religion check.
I know we've gone through this before, but every time we say Letters hands, I get caught off guard. Because I always think he has hoofs. I know we've talked about it before, but every time it gets said hands.
Sean Defner, that's a natural 20 on my religion check, or a total of 30.
Woof.
Yeah. You're not used to this, Letters. You're like not a pious person whatsoever. But you feel this kind of like it's hard to describe, this sort of radiance that like, and it's almost as if the room around you sort of dims for a second and then kind of breathes back into the light.
Meow. All right. Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I'll do my best to make it top 3 at least. We'll see how she goes.
For our first year in the competition, that would be quite impressive. Do well.
Oh yeah, who does Nepthisaket not like? Because I can single that person out easy. Tell me it's the bard. I'm bully that guy. I'm gonna break his loot. They'll bring him back to life, but I'm gonna fucking incinerate that loot.
We have a complicated history with Paylor. It's a very long story short. One of the priestesses felt the call of Nepthisaket when she was already a priestess of Paylor, and he plagued her dreams. And so, as a quite a large fuck you to Paylor, she set herself on fire on his national holiday.
Oh wow!
So we have a complicated history.
Dunk on the teenager. Got it. That I am well practiced at. I got it.
So enjoy, have fun.
Right.
I'll do my best.
And I would briefly peek my head in to see Kokanee. Good luck.
Thank you.
Can I pray
So-
to Laura?
Yeah, make a religion check.
Tim, knowing Blackwater's track record, I'm gonna like keep an eye on the fight, but what I'm mainly doing is kind of moving through the crowd, using just like keeping an eye out for anything that like might attack us or might cause this lovely national holiday to become a national disaster. Just just like keep
You
my
can just
ear to
have
the
a fun
ground.
time.
No, I can't because
Adam's-
you're our GM.
Adam's rolling for. What are you planning, Tim?
Yeah, 100%. No, because Finnan at this point, he's like, I went to have a nice time with a girl that I like, and 2 of my friends died. I can't trust anything.
Insight checking Tim.
I got a 21.
Okay. Yeah. You as you're sort of sitting there, you hear the horns go and the door blows open. As you feel this kind of warm rush of air. And you can see before you sort of the path out into the Colosseum. And as you walk, you can see what is just a dirt floor, kind of sprouts of grass start to creep up.
Oh, that's so cute.
Mommy.
Kokanee, would you like to make a religion check as well?
I would.
Okay.
That will be
Sound of gun.
Sound of gun. God is with me. 24.
24. You feel a warmth radiate throughout your chest as you hear the crowd kind of chanting. And it seems to sort of, the sound sort of warps as you hear the chanting kind of turns to a Kokanee, kind of echoes out for a little bit. As the sound comes back in, it just becomes this sort of wall of cheering.
That's what people in the crowd look like.
I'm sorry. Long.
As you all make your way into the center, you see Kamea is holding kind of a simple oak box that she opens up, and you can see the stones inside, all carved with the symbols of the various gods. As you all kind of size each other up one at a time, you begin to reach in, and you see Kato is first to grab it.
Fucking hate this kid.
And he kind of holds it, and he looks down, and you can tell he's like a little bit nervous, and he kind of looks like he lets out the sigh of relief, and then he holds up the stone. You can see it's kind of shining with this sort of like soft golden white light as the crowd roars.
What's his facial hair look like? He clean shaven or what's the deal? What's going
He's
on
pretty
there?
clean shaven. He's pretty clean shaven.
Fucking
yeah.
But the real question is, can he grow a beard?
Finnan uses every piece of his willpower to not cast deepen shadows on the rock. He just like sits there, he's like,
yeah. Kato, you know Kato? Kato's an ass.
Yeah, he's such a shithead.
He is the worst.
His ass is grass.
Like
super entitled.
The somatic components of the spell start, and he's like, no, I can't.
Piece of trash.
You see the next stone up is Nephthysicet's. Has letters you reach in and take the stone, kind of hold it for a second, and you look, and this sort of like purplish light seems to kind of radiate down it as you see it kind of illuminate out. As you hold it up, the crowd.
Put the fun in funeral, am I right? And I wink at Neppy.
As you're holding it up too, you hear amongst the cheering, you hear this like bum 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 bum, bum, and you look over and there is a whole section of drummers.
Yes.
Hey, I want letters.
Duomo at the front with his bongos, just like, and there's like at least like 60 drummers kind of surrounding him in the crowd. As this like
so good.
Boom. As like the dragonborn woman kind of like looks over at you, kind of strides up and takes the stone and like just doesn't even look, holds it up, and you can see this sort of like bright silver light kind of radiates out of her hand. As the crowd is like, whoa, there's sort of this.
She's Bahamut's favorite. That's a mommy's favorite.
Next, you see the tabaxi go up as she kind of pulls her hood down. She kind of reaches in and takes it and looks at the stone. And you can see her jaw kind of clench as she throws it on the ground. And the crowd is like, just sort of like this quiet, like.
We are the crowd. We're all the crowd.
Next up,
but like, does she leave? Is she not allowed to fight?
No, she's allowed to fight. She just
doesn't get a boon.
She doesn't get the boon.
Okay.
That's a hit to your morale before you even get on the field.
That's brutal, dude.
Jeez.
All right, so it is Melora is up next. So Callie.
I should walk up. And who is Kamea's giving out the stones?
Yeah, she's just holding the box. So you reach in.
And Ellie's gonna be like, I love you.
She goes, I love you. Very quietly. As she kind of holds it out. And you can feel the warmth before you even open your hand.
If I feel the warmth, can I look at the dragonborn who just looked at, put it straight up, and I'm gonna look at her and I'm gonna put it straight in there too.
Yeah. Usually in the crowd goes, oh! As she just kind of you see a smile kind of crack over her face.
Oh, you know what not getting the light is? There was at the Olympics or some sort of international competition, a Kazakhstani person was in the running, and they played the Kazakhstani anthem from Borat before they competed, the fake not national anthem. That's not getting the light. It's your anthem is wrong, brutal.
Also, I'm living to see Callie wreck this dragonborn.
I also have a question that was Jar, right? That was just Jar.
Jar is up in the stands. She is cheering hard. She's in the queen's box.
Are we the priestesses of Neptisiket? We're off on the side, right?
Yeah, you're kind of down,
ringside.
Essentially, yeah, you're ringside.
We're field medics.
There is a bit of a barrier. There's the inner ring, and then there's probably about a 20-foot gap before there's people. They've allowed a bit of a buffer just in case. And that's kind of where the priestesses are. Next up is the Stone of Cord. As you see, Ura kind of stumbles up a little bit. She almost seems to trip a bit.
Is she drunk?
As she kind of reaches in, you can make a perception check.
Can I make a perception check?
Nat 20.
19.
Yeah, she walks right by you
17.
And she smells very heavily.
That's rad.
Nice.
Love that.
I respect it.
She kind of looks at the stone. She kind of flips it over and she kind of and she holds it up.
Who is she the champion of?
Cord.
Oh.
Such ballsy energy. I love that.
She's a drunken monk.
I love that.
Next up is Moradin, as you see the dwarf kind of oh yeah, I got this. The only one to speak so far.
I said the bit about fun and funeral. I said some classic Neptisiket smack talk.
As he kind of reaches in and roots around and grabs it, and he holds it and he looks at it. Oh, that's not right. That's weird. No. And he sort of drops it back in the box. That's fine.
Kazakhstan, greatest country in the world.
As you see, the elf kind of strides up, and he kind of places a hand in and pulls out the stone. He goes, "Oh, look at that!" And he kind of throws it up in the air as he sort of plays a quick riff on his lute as it kind of hangs in the air for a second and then comes down with this sort of this kind of dark blue light that kind of radiates out of it.
This is the darkest timeline of Whiplash Brother.
I feel like I'm in Hunger Games.
You see the Stone of Saloon and Tange Boreal kind of steps up and
what a name
to kind of lower the box a little bit because she is quite short. As she kind of stands on her tiptoes and takes the stone, she kind of looks at it very quickly, holds it up. As you can see, this sort of purple light emanating from it. And the crowd cheers, and she just kind of tucks it into her robe, very, very simply. And last, there is the Stone of Arathis.
I walk in and I pick it up.
Okay. As you go to pick it up, you notice, because the Stone of Moradin is also there, the Stone to Arathis looks quite new. As you kind of pick it up.
Is it warm?
You feel the warmth in your hand as you take it.
Put it in my pocket.
Okay. You just kind
of you not raise it up?
No.
You see the crowd kind of there's kind of this sort of quiet, kind of awkward sense over the crowd, and Kime goes, "Very well. Please take your places." As she heads over to the steps leading up to the box, she kind of heads out of the arena and up to the Queen's box. As you all kind of make your way to the banners, I'll have you guys I think that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Yeah.
Right before you roll initiative.
Oh, buddy.
Boons.
Big ol' smack down.
Oh
Oh,
my goodness.
I'm so excited. Wow.
And we'll jump right into combat next session.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Sean, I've got 100 gold riding on you. You need to win.
I've got
Len,
100
I have
gold riding
50
on
gold
me.
riding on you. So if Sean doesn't win, you have to win.
You know, now it's going to be Kokanee that takes it.
Yeah, and I'll lose my money. It'll be really sad.
Oh, not showing the boon. Oh, and I didn't expect
Power move. Big power move.
Big power move. Yeah. Oh man. Thank you to everyone who stuck around with us and hung out with us tonight. Yeah, we will be back on Monday for Chatwater, and then no Wednesday show next week. But we will be back after Monday for next Saturday. So we love you all. Come hang out with us on Instagram at BlackwaterDnD. And we also have an email account, BlackwaterDnD@gmail.com. We're on Twitter occasionally when we plane shift there and stumble into Twitter. And we love you guys very, very much. You guys are highlights of our week. So we will see you soon. Bye, guys. Have a good night. Love you.